Welcome back,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, to Generations Behind, episode 42? 42. Episode 42. I am one of your hosts, Craig of Craig's Game Room. To the side of me, the Barbarian, the one with a time limit, Mr. Zach Daily Beating. Zach, how are you today?
I mean, I would be doing well, but this time limit's really getting to me, and this podcast is just always throwing a wrench in my plans. But I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm sure you are happy to be here. Below us, the luscious slut, the game collecting Reaper, Kills Reaper, Tyler, Mr. Tyler Hate. Tyler, how are you today?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Zach's on a time limit, like when you pick up a bomb in Metal Gear Solid, and then you gotta throw it out, and if you don't, you blow up. So we don't need him spontaneously combusting again. So as long as we don't
Not
go over
again.
3 hours, we're good.
It was very hard to piece them back together.
My time limit is 3 hours from now, so we.
Hey,
should
you
be
can see
fine.
some of our
It's going to be a
podcasts.
short episode, boys.
And
Somebody's
you like
looking at the
long
bottom.
plays, and we do long runs. Okay, so
Somebody's looking at the timestamp of this episode. It's 4 hours and 12 minutes.
like, what happened to Zach? I gotta keep watching to find out. Don't
Really,
skip it.
he's just going to fall over at some point because it turns out he's really decoy octopus. But we'll
Yep.
get there.
He's gonna
this
start having a
episode-
heart attack.
Exactly. I hope he doesn't have a heart attack. That'd be awful. What a terrible thing to document on
Speaking
camera.
Speaking of octopus, can I show you all a funny picture?
I guess.
Because
Yeah,
I
why
like
not? Go
wasting my own time. Damn it,
We're on
where's
a
the-
time limit. By the way, here's a photo of an
Yeah, right.
octopus.
I'm so sorry, but this is important. You mentioned octopus, and there's never ever another time to bring this up other than the octopus thing.
I mean, we can just talk about octopus next episode if you want.
So for Thanksgiving, I made a special kind of turkey.
Okay.
I thought I would
octopus
share.
turkey?
Well, I thought I would share with the people. I'm so sorry. This is
The
I
people
can't find the
can-
picture. I'm a
We'll
failure.
find it eventually.
Yeah, I'll just show. I'll just randomly show on the screen later. We'll just
Whenever you come across it. No, we can
So, yeah,
we
that's
can
like
just
a
wait
myth
here
that's
in
like
silence
not-
while you look for this photograph. That'll make for a good listen.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I found it. I found it.
Oh, we got
So-
that.
Jesus.
So we decided to stuff the turkey with something different this year, and we made a turkipus.
Ew. I hate you. You're fired.
You don't like the turkipus?
I don't. Get rid of it, please.
think
Okay.
it's
Looks
well,
like fucking Cthulhu.
That's what I was thinking.
It did not taste good either. So
You also definitely didn't make it that. You just found it. But that's fine.
no, I made a turkipus. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, okay.
Why are you
It's
not
like a green
respecting
screen.
non-traditional family values?
I really appreciated when I said that you love to lie on the Game Wars live stream with Christian the other day, and you said that you don't lie, you embellish the truth.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe so. Everybody, welcome back for joining us. We're apologizing right now, live, for being a week late. Life happens, but I'm hoping next year one of my goals is for us to not miss any time. Like, we'll be every 2 weeks, and I want to make sure that we find a way, whether it's like one of us misses an episode or we always do half episodes, but want to try to make sure that we're always there. Zach,
We
you've
could
been absent
pre-record-
twice now. You're
We could
on.
record 26 episodes and just upload them throughout the year.
Make a bunch of timely references.
Yeah.
Make sure to mention the current news every single episode. But today, as hinted at, we will be talking about Metal Gear Solid. Very exciting, very cool video game. I think we all played it in a different way, which I always enjoy and like to do on the show as well. So I'll have a little bit of different perspectives. We hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. That's how long the last episode was. It was before Thanksgiving.
Oh wow.
And the next episode will go up after Christmas. So hope you have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah in a few days from recording this as well. And Happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate it. That's the one holiday I think I've never met anyone in my life that celebrates. So
Very happy Kwanzaa.
Merry Happy Kwanzaa. Merry Happy Christmas. Merry Happy Hanukkah. We
Merry
have some
Happy
audience write-ins, ladies and gentlemen. John wrote in and said, would you guys be interested in playing Vigilante 8 and the sequel, Vigilante 8 Second Offense? They are my favorite vehicle combat games. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He's written in about these games multiple times before, right?
I think he talked about them.
Mhm.
But so I told him it would be neat if we did, because I don't know how we would do an episode just based on one car combat game,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a car combat game, so then you could just jump in, play a little bit. So I was thinking it would be cool if we took like multiple, like Vigilante, Twisted Metal, some other one, do Critical Depth or some shit, and then
Destruction All-Stars.
no, keep that
Mario
out.
Kart DS battle mode.
I platinumed that, and that was terrible. That was a bad time. But like if we took them all, just played them, and then compared them, and like picked our favorite one, I feel like that would be a cool kind of game episode. My opinion.
That'd be fun. Yeah, like the car combat episode. That would go hard.
It would. You never know, dude. That would be fun. I would enjoy that.
Yeah, maybe, because I've still never played Twisted Metal either, and I've wanted to since they've added it to PS4 and PS5.
All four
So
of them are on there, dude. You could play all four. You can't play Small Brawl, but you could play all four.
I'll find a
Small
way to play Small
PSP
Brawl.
game
Don't
or
you
what?
test me.
Is
I'll
that a
just ship
PSP
you a
game?
copy. There you go. No, Small Brawl's a PS1 game. They're like little tiny RC cars
Oh, gotcha.
instead of actual fucking death machines, you know? Laughing demonic ice cream trucks.
I was gonna say, because the fifth game's on there too, right? Isn't Twisted Metal Black the fifth game? So there's a lot of Twisted Metal on PlayStation.
I think Head On was next, and I think it went Black. But Black's on there.
They're skipping
And-
games.
They should add Head On if it's not on there. It's a PSP game, and they've been adding PSP games.
Well,
So-
they haven't been adding fucking dick, actually. You've seen the
Yeah,
lineup the
it's
last
been-
couple of months for
It's been
PlayStation
like
Classics.
one shitty fucking game, and I'm like, you have Ape Escape 1, you have Ape Escape 2, you have Ape Escape Academy 1, you have the second one that never came out here, but you never gave us 3. It's been rated on the PS Store for like ever, and
Yeah.
they just never put it out. And I'm just like, where the fuck is it?
Yeah, I'm tired of them and Nintendo both slacking on the on their online.
What do you mean? We got
subscription
Let's
release.
go
Wario
Wario
World.
World. Chill out, dude.
You ain't
Gosh.
playing Wario World, the 5 out of 10 mid fucking game?
Yeah, I was gonna say Wario World fucking sucks. I've always hated that game,
I never.
I'm very
And-
excited to try it.
and
I'm
I'm
very
excited for everyone to play it and realize that it's not a good video game.
This is bad.
It is bad. But you know what? Why are we getting that before we're getting Fire Emblem Path of Radiance? I've been looking so forward to our 10-hour live stream of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, and we still haven't had the excuse to do it because they still haven't released it.
Dude, if
They're
we
gonna
don't
drop
get...
that shit at the most inconvenient time. I
Christmas
already,
Day.
Christmas Day, something stupid.
Merry Christmas at 2:23 a.m. You could play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Like,
It's gonna happen on your wedding anniversary while you're out to dinner. You'd be like, I'm sorry, I have to go.
The world needs now.
I have
My
to
time
go.
has come.
My planet needs.
Uh-oh, we
Oh.
lost you, Tyler. Oh, he's back. Tyler, are you doing a little bit of a twirl to your mustache? I feel like it's a little
No,
twirled
I
up.
kind of just did that, to be honest.
It looks good. It's
He
kind
slept
of a vibe.
upside down like a bat last night.
Yeah, that's how we're doing.
Patrick wrote in, and of course we gotta talk about because it just happened. But Patrick wrote in, said the Game Awards hot takes. Mine was the lack of Squeenix showing anything. Might be tightening them purse strings and be slimming down to be bought.
All right, I got some words. Can I say some words?
Real quick, before you go off, is them being possibly bought out or sold? Is that like a thing going around? I haven't heard this.
I don't know about that. I know they're scaling back their Western stuff. They like laid off a bunch of their Western staff, and they're refocusing back in Japan, like more heavily back there. I don't know if they're necessarily focusing on being bought. I just think they aren't bringing in the money they used to. They're spending a lot of money. They got weird on the NFT bullshit for a while. Maybe they're trying to just regroup. I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought they slimmed down their Western division a while ago. Now, you know, it's selling of a lot of the IPs they had, like the Tomb Raiders and Hitmans and all that. But
Well, yeah, they sold all that stuff. Now they're like they just laid off like Square Enix, like Western, like devs and QA and marketing and like all that kind of stuff. You know.
that's a bummer. Hope everyone out there gets back up on their feet as soon as possible.
I think there was rumors originally of like PlayStation gonna buy them, but then that never like happened.
I was gonna say that was like around the time they were selling IPs though, so that's been a hot minute. I don't know. But I also think that Square Enix is famously one of those companies that is always like overshooting like their expectations for their games. Like it's like everything is a failure because their expectations are too high for everything.
They've released so much at one time sometimes too.
Yeah, I feel like I remember a few years when they cannibalized themselves and they released like 7 or 8 role-playing games like within like a 2-man span like month. I don't know. Their planning division is a little bit. Yeah. I've heard the Diofried Chronicle is actually pretty good.
What about what's that Sideways game that had the Sideways box? It was like stupid name.
Various Daylife, thank you very
Various
much.
Daylife. Yeah, Various Daylife. Come on, guys. What
Harvestella.
I've heard Harvestella is actually not bad.
So have I.
But yeah, they released like 8 B level games within like 6 months, and they're like, why didn't these perform?
It's like, well, people probably would have given 1 or 2 of them a shot, but not all fucking 10.
Yeah.
What'd you pull off the shelf?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, just a pickup because I realized we hadn't done anything since Thanksgiving, so I just grabbed me a pickup.
Yeah, I still got like all my Black Friday pickups, and I got 2 other things.
Yeah, I know you went hard game store hunting, so.
Yeah, y'all know what I got.
I do. But yeah, so while we talk about the Game Awards, Tyler, go ahead and go off as you want.
Yo, your one big thing at the end of the fucking Game Awards, Jeff, a fucking hero shooter. We have like 13 of those. You see what happened to Concord? Why are you like he pushed us off like this next coming of, like, dude, it and I was like, a hero. I was like, that's it.
Jeff believes the almighty dollar, and they gave him a lot of almighty dollars. That's what
probably,
he believes.
and I'm just like, this for the last game? Like, oh, this is just so dumb. I feel like
a couple of years ago was that Fast and Furious thing. They probably gave him a lot of dollars. Like,
I forgot it's incredible that Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic wasn't the close shows, because that was definitely the biggest thing that was announced.
Like, that was probably the biggest thing. There was like no other like really big reveal. I mean, there was the Star Wars pod racing game. I mean, Mega Man was kind of big coming back.
I love that Mega Man announcement because it was like so built up and so hype. It's like, and Mega Man 11 again. It's like, okay. Like, sure.
I was proud of myself though, because I called it before they showed that it was Mega Man. I was proud of myself. I recognized the music.
Yo, I did that sitting with Jason and John. Like, it just started, and I was just like, yeah, it's Mega Man.
It started going, and I was like, da-na-na-na-na-na. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh shit, Mega Man.
But yeah, so.
No, yeah, that was a poor choice for a final reveal, but I'm sure that they paid a lot of money to be the final reveal, so. I don't know if Jeff Keighley's actually excited about most things. I think he's excited to get paid. And I think that he enjoys video games, but I think he's more excited to get paid.
You seen apparently game devs got to pay at least $1 million, I think it was, to have a trailer shown at the Game Awards.
To be honest, I feel like that's actually reasonable for the amount of viewership that it gets. It gets viewed by more people than the Super Bowl, which is insane. So.
Really?
And I'm pretty sure Super Bowl ads cost more, so it's like, when you think about it that way.
Do either of y'all remember the name of the last game shown, the hero shooter?
It was like Hero Earth or some shit like that.
I think it was like high something, right? See?
Was it worth it?
High range? I don't know. What was it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That game comes out next month. And it's like, what was that again?
Yeah, I live streamed the Game Awards with Christian, and I remember we were watching there, and like as soon as they started showing gameplay, I was like, I've never been so out so quickly. Unfortunately, like I was ready. Yeah. If they said that people that worked on Titanfall and Apex Legends was making like like a Titanfall spiritual successor, like a game that had multiplayer but had like a really good campaign like Titanfall 2, then I actually would have been excited. But it just looks like free to play slop. The hero shooter, which we have 30 of those, and I can't believe in the big 25 people still think that it's a good idea to make hero shooters. It's never gonna work. Well, it's too late now.
They started it 5 years ago when those were probably big, and then now they're like shit.
Yeah, but I don't know how can laymen like us be smarter in that way? That's what I don't understand. Like, we know that it's going to be too late by the time that comes around. How do the people that make the games not realize it's going to be too late?
I'm hoping those lessons have been learned the last few years, and people will start. I'm hoping, like, COVID, a bunch of people got into games because there was a big swell of people playing games. A bunch of games were getting made. Now they're all coming out, and then hopefully when maybe things don't work out, they learn their lessons and they go a different path next time.
Because by all means, I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than these big companies that make a lot of money, but I feel like it's obvious that, maybe don't make another Soulsborne game. Maybe don't make another hero shooter. It's just like some of these things, it's just if the market is so oversaturated, you're basically sending yourself out to die, and I don't quite understand.
I feel like another good highlight of the Game Awards was having Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns on stage. Yeah, that was good.
I am so looking forward to the Street Fighter movie. I think it looks so fun. I think that it looks like it has the right amount of camp. It has a good cast, and I was very hyped that they had Joey Valance and Bray in the trailer, because I've been listening to those dudes for years and years before they blew up. So it was cool to see an artist I've been following for a long time be like, hell yeah, now they're in the Street Fighter trailer. Let's go.
So Cody Rhodes is Guile. Who is Roman Reigns?
Akuma.
Oh, he's Akuma. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it looks like a good time.
My game of the show was that the Orbitals, that retro anime.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited for that.
That looks really cool.
Looks like a lot of fun. I think that they're doing a really good job with nailing the aesthetic of old anime, which is always one of my favorite things. So,
it's fun.
But overall, the mid awards. Am I right, boys?
For sure.
I like watching the Game Awards, but they're never really like, whoa.
I don't know. I felt like this year was particularly weirdly paced, and there just wasn't too much a note. But I remember enjoying last year's a bit more. And as much as I enjoy Expedition 33, I do somewhat agree with the masses that it's a little unfun to see the same game win almost everything. I don't know if an award cap is the right move, but part of me feels like that maybe that is a thing to help other games kind of get a shine too. I don't know, if there's all these awards, it's does anyone need to win 10 of them? I think 3 is good.
On that, how do you enforce that though?
Yeah.
So you say okay, do you enforce that as if they win a certain amount, they can't win the next one, or do you not even put them in the category and let something else be in the category?
I don't know, because it's if something I don't know, it's especially Clair Obscur when an indie game just didn't feel right to me personally. I guess that's the one that really sticks out.
And debut indie game?
I don't know. That does rub me the wrong way a little bit. It's it didn't need to win those and Game of the Year. Let it just have Game of the Year.
But at the same time, what if it didn't win Game of the Year and then we didn't let them win indie?
Yeah. But
I'm
also,
not saying I don't disagree.
I don't know if anybody in the entire world that plays video games didn't expect it to win Game of the Year.
Oh,
so.
No, it was very obvious. I'm just saying.
No, there were some people that were hard on Donkey Kong, dude. And I was seeing it go online Donkey Kong's definitely going to win. Y'all are going to be mad. And then, that happened. It was
in no fucking world does that 6 out of 10 win Game of the Year. Thank you.
Now it's a 6.
Now it's a 6? Your score is dropping? It was a 7.
It is. My score is dropping. Over time, I've soured even more on Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh, man.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
But yeah, I still enjoy the Game Awards every year. I'm gonna watch it every year. Probably stream it every year with the homie. So, not too many complaints. But I have more fun, I think, hanging out and watching it with people than actually enjoying the show itself. So,
yeah, it's always fun, just a good end of year event for me.
Mm-hmm. And then if you get a cool reveal or two, then you get something else out of it. But really, it is more about the awards, and I appreciate that they've lightened up on the please wrap it up in the short speeches, because that really irked me a few years ago, and I'm glad that they took that criticism to heart, because it really is supposed to be about a celebration of the industry and the developers and all that. So let them speak, Jeff. Let them speak.
Let them run up and talk about Bill Clinton.
Maybe not that. He was there though. Did you see?
He was
Really?
there?
Yeah, he
They
posted
let
that.
him-
He was in the crowd.
They let that guy in the crowd?
I know. You think he'd be on like a ban
That's
list for life?
surprising.
Yeah, I think maybe I'd blacklist that man. But
They should just make him into a gag like they had with the Muppets. We know fucking Jeff has a thing for pigs. Like,
Jeff's always. I do like that he always has the Muppets involved.
I just
Yeah.
wonder why. Like, is it just because he likes the
I
Muppets?
think it's just he likes. I read one tweet. It said, "I like that Jeff likes the Muppets and has enough has enough money to make the Muppets show up, so he makes the Muppets show up."
Yeah,
Like,
because
you know
they
what?
don't.
I agree.
They're totally irrelevant otherwise. I think the most relevant thing about the Muppets in 2025 is their appearance in the Game Awards the last couple of years.
You watch your mouth. I love the Muppets.
Do you watch Muppets Christmas Carol every year?
I don't, but I probably should.
You probably should. You fake Muppet fan.
every year you should just give one go at Muppets Party Cruise. Great game.
Is it?
Highly it's like Mario
that in
Party
mind.
but with Muppets. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
No way is better than Shrek Fairy Tale Freak Down.
10 times better. Mark my words. Go play it.
I'm okay. Guys,
Wow.
what have we been playing? Tyler, why don't
Wow.
you go ahead and go first since you're
Well, not
angry.
Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown.
Felt personal.
I mean, besides the little bit of Call of Duty, because the Season 1 update came out, I'm not going to go into depth with that, because it's Call of Duty, y'all know that. Pokemon DLC came out, so I've been playing Pokemon. It's been pretty fun, besides getting fucking rocked in the beginning, because, you know, I only have one level 100 Pokemon, and with this DLC, you go up to, like, I think the cap's 200. And by eating donuts, you just got to eat donuts. They give you different level caps, different abilities, shit like that.
It's just like
You
real
go-
life. Eating donuts makes you more powerful.
Exactly. Like,
Pushes my level cap.
so, if I eat this munchkin, I'm gonna go up 5 levels. But anyway, so I ate a donut that like put me to level 109, and then went to this wormhole, and then I got fucking attacked by Mankeys. It was like 5 of them. They were all like level 115. Yeah, my Feraligatr got mollywopped. He was dead, and I was like, shit, I am fucked. So, you know, I had to pop Max Revive, go back in, and beat them all. But now I'm getting the hang of it going in, because you get a whole bunch if you just go around and explore, like those XL candies. I was able to get like my Charizard to level 100 just by like going in twice, and then he was like kind of capped. So that was pretty easy. Pokemon definitely became a lot easier over the years. Now you can just get all these candies rather than fighting the Elite Four 75 times, you know? So
To get over level 100, do you have to first get to level 100? Like, do the candies, like if you get a donut?
no,
and you're
so like if you're level
75
96 and it gains 6 levels,
okay,
you'll
you
go
still
to-
gain the levels. Okay,
yeah, you'll
okay.
go to 102. But yeah, so that's pretty. I'm still kind of early in it. I did my first mega battle, with a new mega. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, I did that. That was pretty fun. They had like a cool little. Well, they kind of announced it with this. How like Lucario has a Z form, Mega Lucario Z. So like the Z Megas act a little differently. Their moves, they could shoot them off a lot faster, but then their gauge drains more, so they're more powerful. But then you got to use them wisely, type thing. And yeah, I'm still a little early into it, trying to make these donuts. Apparently, it's like 6 hours to beat, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll beat that thing today. But
Well,
they made
the-
it easier to get the shiny charm because you don't need to do 1,000 battles now.
Hell yeah.
What's I was going to ask? Does it make it easier to grind battles or is it just a different way now?
You're not really doing trainer battles as much. I mean, there's like side mission wormholes. Some of them are like special megas, and then others are like double battles that you do with your fellow people that you met in the game. And then you unlock like their outfits and shit. But those are the only battles you really do. So there's not many. But so what you're gonna get is there's like Mega Dimension Pokédex. You'll get more based on your Mega Dex because there's more Megas. And I think there's one other for like Mega Holes Explored or something like that.
I'd be exploring the mega holes.
Whoa.
Hey. You know, do it. But yeah, and then also Metal Gear Solid, but we'll go into that later. So
Yeah, I still want to check out Pokemon ZA eventually. It's just not a priority, unfortunately. playing the superior monster collecting game, but I'll get to that.
What, Digimin?
Zach, what have you been playing?
That's
So
how
I
you
haven't had
spell
a
it,
whole lot of
Digimin.
time to play games these last 2 weeks. I've been pretty busy, but I am working my way through Metroid Prime 4. Um, I think overall I like the game. It's not it's got a lot of problems. I don't know, if it's like weirdly linear. You all probably already heard these complaints.
I actually
Um,
didn't. All I heard was like that it was kind of like mid per se. Like a lot
so
of people
like
were, but I didn't listen to why.
it
Only thing I
it
know is you got to pay for music.
yeah. So it looks really good. It sounds really good. Like the music is solid. The game looks good. The moment to moment like gameplay is fun. It's like if you played Metroid Prime Remastered, it feels like that. Um, it, technically it's great. It runs at 4K 60 or 1080 120. Really impressive. But then the actual like structure of the game is really odd. It's a lot of it's separated into basically like dungeons that are around a giant desert, and the desert is like a open world that you ride the bike on, and it feels like originally they were gonna like make a Breath of the Wild kind of thing, and then they're like, oh shit, we don't know how to do that. So now it's just a big empty desert that you like ride your bike across to get to the next level. It takes like 2 minutes to get back and forth. And there's like a dozen shrines, and they're literally Breath of the Wild shrines, but there's like 10 of them, maybe. Um, and when you get to the levels themselves, they look really good and they're really like highly detailed, but it's mainly just like straight hallways with like one door off. Like there's no like looping around on yourself and finding a secret and all that stuff. It's like go in this door, and then you go in the next room. There's an exit and an entrance, maybe a save room, and you go to that door, and there's an exit and an entrance, maybe a save room. There's not really a whole lot of like exploration so
I
There's
far.
wonder
no
if the reason.
Metroidvania in your Metroid.
There's very little like Metroidvania-ness in it, and the a lot of the going back stuff, like going back and getting upgrades, it doesn't feel like you are unlocking a new part of the level and like exploring a new part of the level with the upgrade. It's like, oh, that door is clearly locked by the thing I don't have yet, and then when I come back later with that thing, I'll just open it and get the upgrade. There was no like finding a new way around the level with it. I don't know. It's like a fun game in that it's Metroid Prime and it looks good, but the structure of it is pretty lacking, and feels like they had night like it feels like a game that was being developed for 8 years in a negative way. Like they didn't quite know how to make it all work, so they just got this linear. Um, I don't know. It's fine. I like it, but it's not as good as Prime Remastered was.
I don't know. I feel like linear and Metroid is like the two words you would never want to hear as somebody who enjoys Metroid. So sounds like kind of a
It,
bummer.
yeah, it kind of feels almost more like a first-person shooter campaign rather than like a Metroid, game. And if you're looking for that, it's fine. But then it like clearly they want it to be more because then when you finish a level, it's like okay, now ride your bike over there, and it's like this just feels pointless. Why am I doing this? Why am I riding my
Yeah,
bike three
just
minutes to
send
the
me
other level?
there if that's what I'm gonna be doing, right?
Exactly. So it feels like they just didn't quite connect all the dots, and they
I
just
wonder
shipped it out.
like in what state this game was that they ended up like scrapping it like almost entirely and then having a new developer do it.
Well,
Like I
it,
wonder
it
how it was.
well, I don't know if what Retro made is what was, if they completely scrapped it like they said, or if they actually were building
Yeah.
off of what was made. But it does feel like they said, hey, we should make Breath of the Wild but Metroid, because the big main area is literally a big circle with like some key features and some shrines, and that then it just didn't flesh it out.
Breath of the
I
Wild was
gotta
a mistake.
I gotta ask, did you try the mouse controls?
I have not actually tried the mouse controls
Really?
because
I would have thought
Wow.
you I would
I
have thought
figured that
you
was
if
gonna be the
anyone.
only way you play it,
You
knowing you.
yeah, I honestly I just forgot because I started playing in regular, controller mode, and it performs great and has got some gyro aiming. That all feels so good. I just forgot there was mouse controls. To be honest, I should try it.
Love some good
Um,
gyro aiming.
they definitely got the mechanics down. It just the game itself structurally is odd.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer.
Anything else? Or is that all you've been playing?
That's literally all I've been playing. I'm only like 10 hours into that, and that's all I've played in the last few weeks.
Wow, busy guy. It's not like you,
Yeah,
Zach. It's not like you.
totally. Yeah, I know. Oh, well, I guess I did play. I did play a little bit of Hades too, but like maybe like one run a night. I'm like 3 hours into that. So you know, Hades 2
You
is
love
fun.
it.
It's more Hades. If you've played Hades, it's more of that, but a little shinier now. You can tell there's a little more money put into it. But it's a very
Hades
good
2
game.
did well.
Yep.
So did the original.
Yep.
I haven't been playing a ton much either, to be honest. Also, everybody noticed how Zach has not said that he's played Metal Gear Solid. Keep that in mind.
I was gonna mention that.
Neither did Tyler. Neither
Yeah, he
did
did.
Tyler.
Yeah, I did at
Did
the
he?
end. I said, and I've been playing Metal Gear Solid, but we'll get
Oh, I
back
didn't
into
hear
that.
that. Yeah, I consumed Metal Gear Solid.
You consumed it.
He experienced it. So I've been playing a little bit more Digimon. Honestly, I haven't been doing way too much gaming this last couple of weeks either, except for Metal Gear Solid. So we'll get into that for the meat of the show. But played couple more hours of Digimon Story Time Stranger. Still fantastic. Really loving that game. I could see it being my game of the year by the time I finish it, but I still probably
Nice.
have about 20 more hours to go. I think it's at least like a 30 to 40 hour game. So still got a lot to go, but
Like
having a great
halfway,
time with it.
maybe?
Huh?
Like halfway, maybe you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I compared myself to a long play because I love doing that to see how far I am into a game. I think on like a 32-hour long play, I was around like the 12-hour mark. So still got a little while. but-
Someone uploaded a 32-hour long play.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
of course they did.
That's all.
So I scrubbed through slowly to make sure that I try to find where I am, but not spoil anything. And I'm just like, oh, I'm right about here. Okay, good.
Like, did that.
But yeah, liking it a lot. Like I said, it feels like what Pokemon should be. The only problem is that Digimon are not as cool as Pokemon. But everything else about the game, I think is fantastic. I caved and I downloaded the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection digitally on my Switch too, because I've just really been having a hankering to play some Mortal Kombat, and it is a collection of, a lot of the games from my childhood that I love. I have some complaints. The online is pretty limited. All it is just kind of like matches with randos, which is fine or whatever. It would be fun to have a leaderboard or different things like that. The lack of some different versions is weird to me, like how there's like randomly like a Game Gear version of Mortal Kombat 1 but not for 2 or 3. I kind of wish that they would have just went all out and had like every version of every game. I think that would have been cool. And the biggest omission for me is the lack of Mortal Kombat Gold, which is one of my all-time favorite Mortal Kombat games. It's essentially just like an enhanced version of Mortal Kombat 4 with a lot more characters. So I'm happy that Mortal Kombat 4 is there, but I think it would have been really cool to include Gold as well, just because it feels like we're missing the definitive version of Mortal Kombat 4, which is a very fun game in my opinion. But I love Mortal Kombat. I've talked about it a lot on the show before. So I've kind of just been working my way through. Like I finished an arcade run on Trilogy, on the original, on 4. I'm going to do it for 2 and 3. It also has like some of the weirder games like Sub-Zero's spin-off game and Jax's spin-off game for the PS1. Yes, Mythologies and stuff, which are famously bad games. I had Sub-Zero Mythologies as a child, and I literally couldn't get past like the first 10 minutes of the game. It's so unfairly stupid and hard. But
I watched Let's play that game. It's awful. It's so bad.
But when I was a kid, I was obsessed with it. I was because I was when I was a kid, I was able to beat like Oddworld, and I was like, I could play hard games, and I was just like, this is. Even as a child, I was like, this is too much, and I couldn't do it. But now, thanks to the magic of Rewind in this collection, maybe I could finally get through this bullshit video game. So having a great time with that. Love Mortal Kombat. I played a newer game that I heard about through a YouTube video called The Dark Queen of Mortholm. Have you guys heard of this game?
Mm-mm.
No.
So this is a short game, only about... It'll take you less than 40 minutes to do a playthrough. But it is a game where you play the final boss I've
heard of this. Yeah.
It's very interesting, very good. I don't think that it kind of went to its full potential in terms of like the idea, but I think that is very well executed, very well worth your $5 or whatever it cost. Very cool, interesting indie game with a very cool and interesting concept that I'm surprised hasn't been done before. So, heavy recommend from me, especially for the price point and the uniqueness factor.
Yeah, I need to try that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I played it on Steam Deck, played great. I think I got 2 out of the 3 endings, and I looked up the last one because I was not good enough to get the last one. Then I played a little bit of Peggle. Been playing some Peggle in bed just because I love Peggle.
Nothing
Who
like
doesn't?
Peggle in bed.
Peggle in bed. Pegging in bed, some might say.
Yeah. Playing some Peggle. Was that what you call it? Sure.
I'm just gonna assume everybody knows what Peggle is, but it's a great time, very good, fun little kind of
So you're about to
arcade
say, I'm
game.
assuming everyone knows what pegging is.
Everyone also probably knows what pegging is, and if you don't, make sure Safe Search is on. And then of course I've been playing Metal Gear Solid. And
Not consuming.
That's true. Played it beginning to end. Had a great time. And we'll get more into it soon. But first...
Did you play Peggle in bed or consume Peggle in bed?
I experienced Peggle in bed.
Okay.
Thanks to the almighty Steam Deck, I pegged in bed.
Hell yeah.
You could have. Wait, what'd you play Metal Gear Solid on?
We'll get to that.
I wanted to make a joke. Can you do it portably?
No.
I was gonna say you could have consumed Liquid Snake in bed, but all right.
I could have. No, I fucking deep throated Solid Snake in bed. What have we? Do we have any gaming pickups?
I got a lot, so I don't know.
I have
I
4.
also.
I think I probably have the smallest stack, so I could go first. And
Yeah,
then
go
why
ahead.
don't we go Zach then Tyler, since he's got the big boys. So first
I got-
up, this was my last Black Friday pickup because I bought it later than the other things, but got Elden Ring. I've been wanting to check it out again for a
Yeah,
long
good.
time, and $20 was the right price point. I'm going to give it another shot. As of right now, there's not a single game coming out next year I know about that I care about except for Fire Emblem. So right now, unless things change a lot next couple of months, 2026 is going to be a very good catch-up year for me because I really can't think of anything besides Fire Emblem.
You're saying that now, but then as the year rolls through, it's gonna be like bam, bam, bam. That's how this year kind of was.
That's true. This year,
like not much. Then it was like bam, 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 bam. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, I can't keep up.
2025 is an all-time year for gaming. I think that we will look back on it fondly. Next up, I got because for some reason I don't know how I haven't had this after all these years, but I have not owned a copy of Fallout 3 on 360 or PS3. So
See that, Jonathan? See that?
went ahead and picked up a copy of Fallout 3. Figure I might as well because I'm sure the prices of those games are going to go up again with the TV show coming back. Forgot to mention actually, I went to the Atomic Museum here in Las Vegas, Nevada because they had like a special Fallout thing collaboration, which was kind of fun. So I saw they had like a bunch of like things from the Fallout games like sprinkled throughout the museum, and they had like little disclaimers that like this thing is not like real, not historically accurate, but it was fun that they still put it in there. So it's like you could walk around like see like comic books and cereal boxes and like Pip Boys and things scattered in the museum, and then the very last part of the museum was just a Fallout exhibit, which was really cool. And it was funny because there was a guy like in a vault suit watching a TV, like kind of like just like a plastic model of a human. But I didn't notice till my brother-in-law pointed out the hair. They definitely were trying to make him look like Todd Howard, which was really funny. So that made me laugh, but it was really cool. And then last up, very exciting, some Vita games. I got 2 big heavy Vita boys here with me. So as of right now, because they still haven't released that stupid Revenge of the Bird King game, the last limited run Vita release, Metal Slug 3.
Wait, is that Revenge of the Bird King still apparently coming out?
Supposedly. There's a bunch of drama about it right now because there's copies leaking online selling for thousands of dollars. So.
Oh, yeah, I seen Christian. Yeah, when Christian was talking about it.
And then, this is a pretty expensive game. I think because it's only ever been released on PC and Vita, so only physical copy for this very beloved game. But
I
Papers,
think I know what it
Please.
is.
Papers, Please. It's like, I think if you go on eBay right now, I don't know if you could find a copy for under $200. I did
Oh,
not
wow.
pay $200. So that is why I bought it, because I had the opportunity to get it for cheaper. But yeah,
How
if
much
you're a
cheaper
Vita
did you
collector,
get
I
it
would get
for?
this one out of the way, because the main reason I bought it was because I went to store here in town, Pink Gorilla Games. They had it for 160, and like I said, I couldn't find a copy on eBay for less than 200 to 250. And I was like, I don't want this to be a Barbie Groom Glam Pup situation where I see it and then I'm like, oh, I could get it for cheaper later on, and then I have to wait 2 more years and it costs triple the price. Because I don't know if I've told that on this show or not before, but Barbie Groom Glam Pups on 3DS, very expensive, very rare video game. I saw it, a couple of times in the $200 range many, many years ago, and I was just like, I'm not spending that much money on the game. Like, I'll just wait, and I think I could probably get it for cheaper if I wait. And fast forward 2 years later, not a single copy sold on eBay within those 2 years, and I had to buy it from some guy in Canada for, I think it was like $780. But I needed it to finish the set, so I did it. And then guess what? Since then, that game has only ever sold for like $2,000 or more.
That's so crazy.
Like the 4 times it's gone on sale on eBay since then. So I still got a deal, but I could have gotten a way better deal. So when
That's
I
so
find
crazy.
the opportunity to get an expensive game for a discounted price, I try to jump on it if I'm able to, because I've been burned before by fucking Barbie of all things. So,
It's like
but
me
that's
being
all.
burned on Pokemon box. I keep waiting. That shit's just still going up.
Yeah, Pokemon box. If you want it with the big box now, you're paying like fucking almost $5,000. It's insane.
Yeah. And they're just the regular ones, like 2K now. When Christian got it, was like 1.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the fuck?
When I got mine with the big box, it was 800.
Mine was $60 off of eBay.
True, but yours is a fake copy. You got a bootleg,
Yeah.
so.
Hey.
All right, Zach. Why don't you go ahead and show what you got?
So I mentioned a couple Switch 2 games, Metroid Prime 4,
Exciting.
Hades 2.
Exciting.
Playing both of those. The game I actually really want to play because I love this series, not started yet, is Octopath Traveler 0.
Mm.
Unfortunately, this is a game key card. Shame on me, but Square
Ew.
refuses to
No
let me
shame.
upgrade.
You know what? I'm gonna give my 2 cents right now, because I'm
Yep.
getting a little over the key card situation. These are my true, honest thoughts. You're either gonna get game key cards, or you're gonna boycott them, not buy them, and the publishers are gonna go, "Oh, people don't buy physical games anymore," and make nothing. So I think that you need to all accept that you could either buy game key cards or buy it digitally, because it's gonna be one or the other. These companies are not gonna pay up for the cartridges on Switch 2. I really don't think that's going to happen. The takeaway is going to be that their games aren't selling well, and that they shouldn't even make a physical copy at all. They're just going to sell digitally. So I think that, unfortunately, y'all need to just accept the reality and buy key cards if you want these games physically for your Switch 2.
Yeah, my only hope is, say, 3-4 years from now, maybe the cost is negligible and they just, I don't know. That's my hope. They put it on actually on the card. But
Oh,
for
me too.
now,
Because
Square,
I don't want this for what it's worth. I think that it is super lame, but I really think that it's like a this or nothing at all situation. I think it's one of those, and I think that people are conflating their idea that boycotting them is actually going to get them real physical copies, and I don't think that that's going to be the takeaway. I think that the takeaway is going to be that the game doesn't sell, so they don't release it in physical form at all.
yeah, and Square's playing hardball. All of their releases, like this game has a Switch 1 version that is on the card, but
Mhm.
they're not allowing you to upgrade the Switch 1 version to a Switch 2 version. Same thing with Dragon Quest 1 plus 2. They did it for Dragon Quest 3 because that game was already out, so they allowed a
Mhm.
free upgrade, but they're not allowing paid upgrades for the Switch 1 to Switch 2 versions. Um, so that's the options you have right now.
Yep,
Uh,
but it does
but yeah,
look great. I've heard really good things about Octopath Traveler 0.
the thing I'm worried about, they're like, oh yeah, the base story is 100 hours. Like, what do you mean the base story is 100 hours? How is it 100 hours?
I
But
thought Octopath 1 and 2 were both like 80-hour games though too, weren't they?
well, yeah, they're both long. Like I 100% of both of those games, and both of them ended up at like 105, 110 hours. This one's like, oh no, the base game's 100 hours. It's like, oh okay, cool. So it might take me like 130. Who knows? I'll
Jeez.
be playing that till next Christmas. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go up an increasingly cool factor in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
Bottom level cool factor. I bought a. This is actually a gift for my sister. her favorite Animal Crossing villager is Pietro.
Hell
So I got
yeah.
her an amiibo card so she can forever have Pietro imprisoned.
That's fun.
This one's kind of weird. I didn't know this existed. I bought a Super Mario Galaxy commemorative
I have
coin.
Mhm.
Found that at a yard sale one day.
So
Yeah.
weird. It's fun.
Comes with a certificate of authenticity, and
Oh,
then
in case anybody bootleg
and then
this.
the coin itself. Yeah.
God,
Imagine black market Mario Galaxy coins.
I thought that was very funny.
awesome.
So I have that now. Next up, I've been mentioning that my PS5 DualSense controllers don't work anymore. Their battery basically is unusable unless they're
That's
plugged
my
in.
2 original ones, man.
Yep. So I finally bought a third controller, and I bought the Walmart exclusive blue one.
Ooh, pretty.
Ooh,
Big
okay,
fan.
It's
okay.
got the if you look close, it's got the symbols
on it.
on the touchpad.
Oh, that's neat.
And
Oh,
then-
cool.
Some mysterious Japanese text on the back that I don't know actually says. It could say
Oh, it
anything.
says-
Who knows?
It says Walmart.
This Walmart. That'd be awesome. I would love that.
Hold on, let me
Um,
see it. It might actually say Walmart.
It's just like a slur.
I'm out of practice. I don't know anymore. It's been too long
But yeah,
since
it's
I've
got
read since I've read
But yeah, it-
Katakana.
Just pop out Google Translate and just cover it
I,
over.
yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like the mystery though. It could be anything. It probably just says PlayStation. I don't know.
I'm gonna look
but,
it up.
It says Poco's Goatee.
But it feels good to have a controller that can actually play for more than 3 minutes without being plugged in. Next up, I bought a Game Boy Color game. Craig, I asked you to guess, and you gave
Oh,
me
now
one
I can
guess.
tell what it is.
Yes, I got Mario Golf.
Yay!
Okay.
For what
excited
it's
to
worth,
get
you
this,
gave
but-
me the worst hint ever. You gave me just the corner that says only for Game Boy Color. I'm like, that
And you
doesn't
gave
narrow it down much.
You gave one guess that then you gave up. But
That's
I was
right.
going to give you more. I
So-
was going to give you more hints.
So I found out what it is. If y'all want to know, or if you want to keep it a mystery,
No, go ahead. What is it?
it's PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I would rather it was Walmart. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it would have been great.
And then last up, I got a package in the mail yesterday that I was not expecting. But thanks to one Kills Reaper, I received a package. I was not very
got
excited to see.
You got
What?
this early as hell Christmas gift because when I ordered it, it was from Hawaii, and it was
Oh.
like it's gonna show up from either the 13th or yeah, it said the 13th, even though you got it yesterday, or the 31st. And then when it shipped, it was like delivery the 31st. I was like, fuck. And then it was like out for delivery, and I was like, what? So yeah, you got it.
Yep, but I got the
Very early
Fire
Christmas.
Emblem Three Houses Season
Wow.
4 edition. So I was not expecting to see that.
Beautiful.
I
I'll
mean,
say
I'm
with-
always talking
with-
about it, so I was like, fuck.
in there, it comes with a 2020 calendar, so I can go back and deal with that.
Reminisce.
But it does have like artwork and like on the top, and then a character, and it has like all the in-game events as well as like in-game birthdays.
Mhm.
I was reminded that my birthday month, March, is the lone moon month, so
Mm.
that's cool. But yeah, the calendar is very neat. It also comes with, I'm guessing these are this is a CD or a soundtrack or something. I can't
Mhm.
actually
Probably.
see what's in there. I think it's a soundtrack. It's in the plastic though, so I won't open it. A very nice steelbook that I've always wanted.
I love that steelbook. It's so cool.
Oh, so you
very-
didn't have the
very
steelbook. I thought you had the steelbook. Okay.
What I do have, what I did buy, was the art book, but now I have a sealed
Okay.
version of it.
Woo!
Art book's very nice. Very happy to have that.
And I was gonna go back through all of our episodes and find where you talked about it, like what you were missing. So I was like, find this
Yeah,
one.
so I guess I think I've told the episode before, but basically the story is I pre-ordered this from GameStop while I was moving, and then I went to the GameStop in my new town where I asked them to send it to, and they're like, "What are you talking about? The old GameStop never talked to us." By the way, we don't have that. Also, we don't have it physically at all. So I actually bought it digitally originally. Very excited to finally have this, Tyler. I appreciate it a whole lot. You're very awesome.
His favorite game of all time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, now I just gotta find a place to put it on the shelf.
But did you ever buy an actual physical copy?
I have a physical copy. I bought it
Okay,
on
so you got the
Black Friday
cartridge.
sale.
'Cause
So
that's the
I
thing.
got a physical copy. I've got the book. I think I'm gonna put this out on display, and then leave the calendar and the CD and the sealed book in this box and put the box somewhere.
No, you got to use the calendar.
The 2020 calendar.
Eventually, it'll be relevant again. I don't know what year, but
I guess there's always like a 1 out of 7 chance, right?
Something like that.
Maybe not. I don't know if that's how that works actually.
Probably not. Probably not, but it's okay.
Like, you gotta
Yeah,
throw leap years into the factor, so like, you know.
I will put this up and proudly display it once we're done with this episode.
That's
But I
very
appreciate
cool.
it, Tyler.
No problem, no problem. First person to get a Christmas gift from me.
Yeah,
Just
very
'cause of
early.
the Hawaii situation.
The 12th.
I was like, I gotta order this now, I guess.
Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes, like, there's been times where I've ordered stuff from Japan and it showed up in 2 days, and I'm just like, and then I'll order stuff from California and it shows up in 2 weeks. It's just, there's no telling
Like-
what's gonna happen.
When it said 31st, I was like heartbroken. I was like, fuck.
It's a New Year's gift.
I was like,
Yeah, I would've
I told
hated-
this
I would've
guy,
hated
yeah, you're
to-
getting something eventually.
That was funny. All right, Tyler, what do you got
Alright.
for us today?
All right, so non-Black Friday pickups. Metroid Prime 4.
There
Got
it is.
that. Didn't start it yet. Still gotta play it. And Titans of the Tide.
Oh, fun.
Oh, nice.
I've
pick
heard
that
that's
up.
pretty good.
Yeah, they're good things. So still gotta finish Cosmic Shake, and then I'll get to it.
Yeah, I never played that either.
And then I went to a bunch of game stores, did a little New Jersey game hunt for Black Friday. I was gonna organize these by stores, but I probably don't remember. But anyway, picked this up. Me and my cat Mari,
Nice.
PSP.
I need
this
that one
one-
still.
This one was 33% off.
Nice.
I remember the sale. I'll say it. Picked up Okami Den DS.
Nice.
That was as well 33% off. Different store. They just had like a doorbuster thing. I kind of remember this one. All right. So, one store had buy two get one free, the whole store.
Nice.
My one friend, he was like, I'm buying one thing. I'm not getting anything else. If you want to buy something else and take advantage of the free game, go ahead.
Nice.
He bought like a 100. He bought the Baldur's Gate 3 like big box thing,
Oh, cool.
you know. So then I was like, all right, I'll get extra stuff. So, which one did I pay for? I think I paid for this one, Wild Arms 4. It's a little above what it goes for, but I mean, like, I still got this free game included, so it kind of equals out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Beyond on PS1.
Oh, I've heard that game sucks butt. Nice.
Probably, but it's PS1. So,
Oh, I heard that's garbage.
Yeah, I went to the game store and I brought home ass.
hey, at least I got it, all right? It's for the PS1. I'm going to go for a PS1 set. No, not really. That's too much.
I was
But,
gonna say, you've been working on Vita longer than I have.
I really have. I got to get back on that train. Now I got to hop on the Papers, Please train, apparently.
Apparently, before it's too late.
All right, first store we went to. If y'all don't know, Crash Bandicoot Black Label's like starting to fucking get ridiculous for no reason. And first store I went to, they had, what did I all buy there? I bought this, this, and these two. It's gonna lead into another story. That's why. So I'll just show what I got. Lego Jurassic World PlayStation Hits, because this store was 35% off everything. It was like for the first hour they opened.
Man, you had some crazy deals by you.
Yeah, there a couple of them were like 33% off, 35% off, and then like the one you had to buy something from could be anything, could be like a pack of candy. You get 20% off. Then if you went to the second location, you got 33% off everything. Terraria, PlayStation Hits,
Nice.
that up. I got. Did you know that there is a Monster Rancher like pogo stick racing kind of game? Because I didn't. Well, I don't even know if it's racing, but it's some kind of weird party shit. It's called Monster Rancher Hop About.
Oh.
Pick that up because
Hell
I've
yeah.
never seen this in my life. And I was like, that's cool. And then also from the producers of Crash Bandicoot, we got Running Wild.
Ooh.
Pick those up, and then I seen a Crash Bandicoot there. They had like 4 of them, but 3 were greatest hits. The one they had them all the games lined up like this, you know, can't see dog shit. And I was like, oh, can I see the Crash Bandicoot? And then they pull it out, and it's no manual. And I was like, oh, never mind. And they were like, oh, hold on, we might have one in the back because it was like really good price. It was like $30, and I was just like, she's like, yeah, I'll go back and see if we have one. Went back, and she's like, yeah, we didn't have one. I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. Later down the line, went to another store. and I picked up Crash Bandicoot because I found it.
Ooh.
So I got that.
Nice.
I
And
love how
then
clean the
also,
artwork of that game looks with the black label because it just looks like one big picture with the PlayStation logo on the side. I've always thought that it looks so good.
it's great.
Great art.
And then a game that I never owned, and I actually bought Zach before I bought myself, Ape Escape.
There it is. Crazy you didn't own that already.
I could have sworn I did, but then when I was going through my collection, I didn't. I was like, all right, that's weird. All right. So the one store where I said you went to it, you got 20% off. Second one was like whatever off. First one I got 20% off. I got Death Trap Dungeon.
Ooh, that looks fun.
Yeah, just looks interesting, and I was like, all right, why not? It was 14, and then with the discount, and then also this platformer, Rascal.
Rascal.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
The game also sucks.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
That used to be a YouTuber funny review man game back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. I believe Cat Icarus and Nitro Rad both have done videos on it, if I remember correctly.
And then the store where you're able to get 33% off anything, I went big, and I got a Black Label Twisted Metal.
Oh, nice.
If you don't know, this one was like a really short run because it originally came out in a long box. Then they did like a little thing or this, and then it went right to greatest hits. So
So that's
this
a hard
goes
one to get.
yeah, it goes for like 140-ish around there. So yeah, I think this was marked 130, and I got 33% off. So ain't complaining there.
Nice.
And then yeah, this is the last one. This store had 20% off the used game wall. I think 20 or 30. No, it was 30. Yeah, Bitches of Mana. So because I never picked that up, so I was like, okay. Yeah, I believe that's all. Oh, and the one store where I got Crash Bandicoot and Ape Escape, they were like, "Oh, you get a free gift if you spend over X amount of dollars." And I was like, "Oh, it's probably like a little shitty fucking thing." I got a Fuecoco Squishmallow, like a big one, and I
Hell
was just
yeah.
like,
Hell yeah.
"All right, I'll
Yeah,
take
boy.
it."
It's very exciting.
I would have took a Crocolore, but I'll deal with this. Yeah,
Very exciting. Good stuff.
everything I freaking bought too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of game hunting on Black Friday because most of the game stores in my area are attached to malls, and that's just a nightmare on Black Friday. So I just
Yeah.
like I even tried to go to two of them, and I literally couldn't find parking without like having to walk like an extra, I don't even know, probably what felt like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. So
Yeah, it sucks.
I have so many games I gotta file away, dude. It's crazy.
I'm actually pretty caught up. For a while, my game room was a nightmare because I was too lazy to move things around. I just had like piles of games on like my coffee table in there, and
Yeah.
but it
That's what I'm
feels good
doing.
once you throw everything up on the shelf. You feel good about it. You look around, you're like, ah, nice full
Mhm.
shelves.
Like I'm in the middle of moving over here. I have like PS4 and then Vita Special Editions on the bottom. And I have like Vita here. Originally, this was PS4 and PS5. The PS5 got too big. I had to move PS5 over there. And then I was in the process of moving PS3 to this new shelf I built over here. So yeah, it's a whole fucking thing I got to take care of.
This boy got
Yeah,
a lot of video games.
Yeah, too many, too many.
Do you know how many games you have in your collection right now? Are you at like 3,000?
No, no. But I think there's some things I still have to go through and up to date. But it says 2,200. Man,
Light
what are
work.
you at?
What a fucking nerd.
What are you at, Craig? Fine,
If
more than you,
I didn't sell 10,000 video games over the last 10 years, I would probably be legitimately like close to like 4,000. I've sold so much stuff. Right now it says I have 1,796, but that doesn't include my Japanese GameCube collection. So probably tack like another 100 onto that, I think. So close to
I
like
was really
19.
considering you being higher than me. I was really considering.
Now, like I said, if I didn't like, I used to have obviously the GameCube set. I used to have a Wii U set. I used to have an N64 set. I used to have like 200 CIB Game Boy Advance games. I've had so much stuff that I've gotten rid of. So I would be one of the biggest dorks alive, but I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. And somehow I'm still a huge fucking dork. So Zach, how do you log your games? Do you use an app? Do you use Excel? Vibes? You just remember?
Vibes on the shelf.
I'm surprised because you're like me.
Listen, he's
like
gonna
with
get
the
to
way
that
you
point.
log the games you play, I figured you'd just be one of those people that Excel spreadsheets everything like I do.
He's
No,
gonna get to
I
that
do
point
Excel
where he
spreadsheet.
buys a double, and then he's gonna be like,
I do Excel
Fuck.
spreadsheet everything.
That's true. That's when you start. That's when you start tracking your games when you start buying doubles.
"You
And you
buy a
get mad
double."
at
You're
yourself.
like, "I already had this." Fuck.
It's the
I
worst.
always check. I always check beforehand. I just go look at the shelf before I.
So if
Fine.
you're at a game store and you're just like, "Oh, this looks cool," you're just
I
gonna go
normally
back
know
home,
if it's-
check,
if it's-
and
if
you're
it's
gonna
He
be
big
like,
drives.
enough, like,
He goes to
running
found it.
things
He's like, "Oh, that looks cool." He drives home to make sure he doesn't have it. And drives back.
I've got a pretty good idea of what I got right now. But no, I plan on because I do have a bunch of Excel sheets that run my life. I need to get a list of games I have sheet and all the games I've ever beaten sheet. Those are on my list of things to create.
Mhm.
So I want to track like all the games I've beaten and like know when I beat my 1000th video game. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I do that, and it's a lot of it you have to obviously just base off of memory. But I don't know. I'm over 400 now. We talked about that in the episode you weren't here. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 was my 400th video game beaten, which was kind of fun. So, but this is a record-breaking year for games beaten for me too. I think I've beaten 72 games, which is ridiculous actually. So
That's pretty good.
I was talking to Christian about this. I was like, I think next year my main goal is to play less video games and like indulge in my other hobbies because I've just played too many games this year.
indulge in your plush collecting hobby and just give me that damn video.
One day. I don't know where
Give me
you
a
were,
physical-
Tyler.
give me
We
a
were
physical
having a
benefit.
boys Discord hangout night a few weeks ago, and for like 2 hours I was just looking at video game plushes on eBay and like teaching the boys about rare plushes.
And the other
And
2
I
hours
was-
we beat Four Swords again.
Again, yeah, it was a great time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you're never there. Every time we're down for Four Swords, you don't show up.
Gotta add this to my games beaten.
You gotta do it. Boys, it's now time for Tyler's trivia. Tyler, do you have some trivia for us? Hopefully Metal Gear Solid themed.
Dude. Shit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right.
It wouldn't be
So-
the first time you fucked up.
I know it wouldn't. But I came prepared today, boy. All right. So, current standing.
I'm sorry, that was weirdly aggressive of me.
Wouldn't be the first time you
Wouldn't be the
fucked
first
up.
time. Listen, at least I made every episode. All right.
Tyler's the only one with perfect attendance.
Now he's a
Okay.
fuck up.
So, Zach, 27. Craig, 40.
Let's go.
All right.
Right where I want him. Right where I want him.
Now let's see.
You
let's
need,
see what helps you.
you need 3 episodes of perfect wins to get ahead.
I got close. And I think you swept the last 2 episodes.
All right. So, what American actor did Kojima want the design artist to make Snake's face look similar to in the game?
I don't
got
know, but
multiple
real
choice
quick, you.
unless you know.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say you got quiet all
Charlie
of a sudden,
Sheen.
Tyler. But I think
Charlie
we're okay.
Sheen.
It's not Charlie Sheen.
Damn it.
Craig, you want to just throw out a random actor before I
think
give you multiple choice?
I'm gonna go with I don't know. Let's go with Tom Cruise.
Fuck. It's not Tom Cruise. That was one of my multiple choice options.
All right. So now just give
All
us
right.
3.
So, Robert De Niro, Michael J. Fox, Christopher Walken.
Doesn't look like any of them.
Fox. I guess Michael J. Fox because they're like way off.
It's not Michael J. Fox.
No.
Wow. Okay.
Who are the
So,
other
Craig,
two?
it's Robert De Niro or
Christopher
Christopher Walken.
I guess De Niro, but he doesn't look like any of them.
It's Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. Let's go. What?
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Found that one on a Did You Know Gaming. So,
Did you
in an
know?
interview with,
Doesn't even make any sense. Why
I was
Christopher
kind of
Walken?
shocked by it too.
I feel like that was a joke answer that they just published anyway. There's
It
no
was
way
in
that's
like
true.
It was in an interview that he had with Kojima, or not like Did You Know Gaming, but someone had it with Kojima. All right, so I guess nobody. Good thing I have more than 5 questions on this one.
No, because that's insane.
All right, so now we talked about like actors, but there was also a movie that had a big influence on Snake's character. There was a lot of movies that had influences on like different aspects of the game, but there was one movie that had an or like a influence on just Snake's character. I'm just gonna give you the options.
Okay.
So we got Conan the Barbarian, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, Escape from New York, and Commando.
Escape from New York.
It is Escape from New York.
I was thinking which one is Christopher Walken in.
Well, I was gonna say the guy from I feel like what's his name in Escape from New York kind of looks like Snake actually. So,
and if I'm right, the name in the movie was Snake.
was
and then and then they were originally gonna go after him, but then the actor was like, "No, I don't want to." Like,
yeah, I forget his name, but he's also in the Thing.
So the word "solid" in Metal Gear Solid has 3 meanings. One is because of Snake's name, Solid Snake. Second is because the move they did from 2D to solid 3D. Get it? And then lastly, it was a jab at a video game company. What was the video game company? I don't have multiple choice for this one.
Trying to think of liquid video game companies. I have no idea. A jab at a video game company. Solid. Solid. I have no clue. I got no clue.
You gotta think outside the box for this one.
Is it a Western company or a Japanese company?
Japanese company. You gotta think outside the box for this one.
Outside the box. Is that a hint?
It is. It is.
Outside the box. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I can't think of anything.
Hudson Soft and
no.
Solid. I don't know.
You gotta think outside the box.
Box.
Like, what company has a box logo? I don't know.
Outside the box.
That doesn't mean anything.
What shape is a box?
Square? Soft?
Square Enix?
Square. It's square.
Okay.
It's
square. Solid box. Solid.
Because he wanted to have the inspiration, like a jab at him, like, oh well, you're just a square, but I'm solid like a cube type shit. That's what it was. I know it's stupid, but it's Kojima.
All right, well, that's a point for me.
Whoa, why do you get the point?
Because you said Square Enix. It was Square Soft.
Oh, you're right. God damn it.
Fucking idiot.
When you said Hudson Soft, I was like, oh, he's kind of close.
Right there.
It's like it's
That's
worked
funny.
differently. Oh, okay. All
Good
right.
stuff.
So, when Kojima was making this game, he liked to plan out every level like in a specific way, and he would use something to make every level, and before they would put it in the game, what did he use to make said
like he made like a diorama of it?
Yeah, wasn't it like clay models? No? Was it G.I.
Might have been on a later one, but no. Like making the whole level landscape, like the landscape.
Paper mache?
No.
Cardboard? Styrofoam.
No.
Cardboard boxes. Oh, yeah, that's a good guess, actually.
No.
Perler beads.
Y'all are thinking way too outside the
Square
Did he
Soft.
just paint?
No.
So you're saying he physically made them like a diorama. Are you asking what the dioramas were made of? Or is he asking what...
Like what did he use to build them?
Rocks. Concrete.
No.
Metal bars.
No.
Metal Gears.
Don't want a hint?
Wood. They're wooden.
I could give you a hint right now, but it would be way too obvious, and it's kind
Just
of
give the
first one
hint.
to call it. All right, it's in the background of Zach right now.
Glass?
No.
Couch.
Legos.
There you go.
Okay.
He likes it. And then, yeah, funny thing, like he would have his son come over sometimes, and when his son would be there, and then because he would be spending all day just building Legos, and then he would go home, and his mom would be like, "Oh, how's Dad?" And he's like, "Oh, he's playing with Legos all day." Like, yeah, well,
That's fun.
Interesting. I wonder if those are still assembled somewhere. Can you imagine what they would sell for?
Like, oh my god, people would pay an astronomical amount of money for the Metal Gear's Legos.
So now, the character Meryl in the Metal Gear Solid game, she was actually based. Well, she debuted in a different game that he previously did. Was that either Metal Gear on the NES, Snatcher, Police Knots, or Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake?
What was that? Sorry, what was that last one?
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
I
Snatcher?
didn't say Snatcher.
Nope,
Police Nuts?
it was Police Knots.
Hell yeah.
She even had the fox tattoo still and everything. So
Interesting.
Uh,
Now, are those games canonically linked, or is it just like
I don't-
just the character?
I don't know if they're canonically linked, but I know there's like a lot of inspiration. Like, they have like certain little elements that are like in both games, and then also they even like took the sound from the little rats in the game. If you shoot the rat, it's the same exact sound for both games, and some other little things like that.
Interesting.
All right. So he said this in the game, Zach. If you were paying attention, not sleeping during your long play. So Otacon in the game. What does his name stand for? Because he tells you.
Hmm.
Remember, he's like big into like anime.
Oh, it's Otaku Convention.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because he wanted to build robots like the animes. Yeah. So it works.
And originally, they were gonna have like a little secret where they were gonna have a little crawl space to go under his desk, and then you would pop up in a little room, and it was gonna be like his anime shrine room. But then they cut it out of the game. So
That's a shame.
That's lame.
I really like that
Cut the one like
Kojima
this.
invented weeaboos.
he's like, "Oh, my name's Otacon, based on Otaku Convention." Like, all right, bonus question.
Bonus.
If you guys remember the fight before Cyborg Ninja, remember when you were walking through the hallway or watching somebody walk through a hallway and there was all the dead people like in the hallway and then
Mhm.
you just heard like some mumberings, like some shit like that. So they were actually saying something, but what were they saying? This is just a bonus question because I didn't want to give multiple choice, and if you can guess it, you can guess it.
I have
not-
no idea what they were saying.
I feel like it's a cool little trivia thing.
The robot is gonna kill you. I don't know.
No,
what
no,
to say.
they were
Oh
they're
no,
mumbling.
is that a robot?
They were mumbling certain things.
Fuck Squaresoft.
Certain things that are in... Fuck Squaresoft. But no, they were reciting different Japanese railway names, is what they were doing. Just
Oh, yeah.
random railway names in Japan is all they were doing.
Interesting.
And then they made it sound like that and demonic or some shit. But yeah,
It makes sense that Kojima likes trains.
so
That
we
was
got. So we got 3 for Craig, 2 for Zach. So we're
Hell
at
yeah.
43 Craig, 29 Zach.
Right where I want him. Striking distance.
Insanity.
Craig, 43. And
Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to pull something fun up for when we talk about the game regarding Psycho Mantis.
there we go. I went a little above for trivia this time, you know. I feel like it did
That's
pretty
fun.
good.
You
That
did
was
a
a
good
good one.
job. We're proud of you. You're becoming a trivia expert. Even though you
Getting
got a
better.
complaint on the last episode about your
Yeah, I know
Final
that's
Fantasy
what
question.
that's why I was like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking go hard on this one then.
Oh, there was a complaint on the last episode?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cozy. He was just like, "Come on, bro, you got to do better than the Sakaguchi's final game, Final Fantasy thing."
He was like, next
Oh.
you're gonna ask us what Doki Doki Literature Club is.
I was
America.
no, it's Doki Doki Panic, not
Sorry.
Literature Club. It's a totally different game, Craig. All right, get your trivia
My
right.
brain's been rewired due to modern events.
Then I reply, so Cozy, I know you're watching.
What if
Send
there was-
me a trivia question. Let me know what you want me to ask. I always take viewer ones, but they never. No, I got like 2.
What if they,
Jason had me ask one, and Christian let me ask one. I was like, all right, well, that's it.
what if they did reskin?
I should
Doki
make
Doki
those
Literature
worth, like,
Club,
2
make a Mario
points.
game?
A Mario
I
game
should
for
do
Toki
that.
Doki Literature Club?
What would they call it? Mario. Just Super Mario Literature Club? Can you imagine that?
Super Mario
Same
Literature
game?
Club. I would play it.
I should do that. I should do if it's a viewer question, give you like 2 points.
There we go.
Try to give away to Zach, kind of catch up.
No, he doesn't need that.
That'd be a good bit. Just throw me softballs.
He's like, all right, here's a Zach exclusive question. What is the name of the first Zelda game?
Zach, what is your birthday?
What is your favorite? I feel like fucking Holy
All right,
Grail
if it-
ask questions. We're like, what is your favorite color?
Going forward, if somebody asks a trivia question, it'll be 2 points unless it's based on one of the guys. Then we're
You do
not
1.5
doing it.
points. 1.5 points.
1.5 point. No, we just do a half point.
1.37
No, fuck that. I'm not
points.
bringing back half points. Get out of here. I'm not
No,
doing that.
I want us to do like decimals that don't match up easily. Like it'll be 1.37, 2.46.
We're just at the end of the thing. We're like, all right, so
8.1113.
Zach's at 37.245679.
That'd be
And
great.
Craig got 49.22227.
I think that'd be great.
And then Zach would be like, I'm in striking distance.
In
I'm
striking
striking
distance. He's right there, right where he wants me. Boys, it's time for the topic of the show. It's time to talk about Metal Gear Solid, one of the most legendary and beloved video games of all time. So, I'm happy to know that we all experienced it now. Why don't we go ahead and talk about, the way that we played it first. Zach, how did you play Metal Gear Solid?
So I'll have you know this. I did watch a long play. But
You're the worst.
because I knew y'all give me shit about it.
Hold on. I love how this was gonna be the game that we were originally gonna do a fucking video on, me and you, years back, and you still just watch a video.
I didn't know how to play it. I wasn't gonna buy the $60.
Oh my
collect-
god.
What do you mean?
No.
Have a
It's not
Steam
even
Deck.
60. Dude. It's on freaking what's that website?
GOG?
No, VGP for like $14.
I'll have you know, when I watched the long play, I was holding a PlayStation controller.
Oh my god!
You're
I was-
obnoxious.
He just had a perfect run. He just had a perfect run. He got
I knew where to
everything.
go. I knew what to do.
All right, Zach, where'd you get the
I
armor
will
vest?
just-
Where'd you get the
I will
armor
defend
vest?
myself here. I will defend myself here. The game is mostly cutscenes. It's like
God.
3 hours of cutscenes. And I don't think I would have liked the gameplay had I actually been playing it, because I don't like one, I don't like stealth games, and two, I don't like the fixed camera angle games. Those never work well for me. So I did enjoy the game, but I
No, you didn't.
I,
You didn't enjoy the game.
yes, I did. I had a great time. I loved the story. It was great. I didn't have to do all the bits in the between, but it looked fun.
Disappointed in you. At least Clock Tower, you had a legitimate excuse. Metal Gear, you were just being lazy.
No, I wasn't lazy. I didn't know how to play it.
Next game that like Zach picks that he really wants us to play.
Yeah, we both just
One
shouldn't
place?
play it.
I'll
You know
talk
what?
about it. I don't care.
So what you guys think of the game? Oh,
It was a
I
good
grabbed
watch.
some popcorn and it was
It's a good
fun.
watch.
I was going to. Now, when I thought it was on PS
Took a
Plus, I
couple
was
sittings, but
going to play it through PS Plus, but it was not there. So my easy avenue was not there, so I
You
didn't
have
play
a
it.
Steam Deck.
I don't know how to do any of that.
Oh my god, it's so
it's
easy.
not hard. It's,
You
I
choose
literally-
not to learn.
dude, if
Did we
you
not learn on
literally-
the Clock Tower
Dude.
episode when I couldn't even get it to work?
dude, if you just download EmuDeck,
It does it
pretty
for
much
you.
kind of does it for you.
Yeah.
It runs through all the
Yeah,
steps.
EmuDeck does it for you. You just add the ROM.
Then you literally
I-
just gotta go find a legal website.
Which doesn't
Get it?
exist, by the way. There's no legal ROM websites, but go on.
Listen, I'm not gonna. Yo, shut up. All right, they're watching.
Find one of them.
All right, and then, so that's the hardest part, finding one of those. And then you literally just download it, move the file to the system that EmuDeck makes files for. Bam.
I don't know how to download stuff to my Steam Deck without being on the Steam store.
You just go to the home. You go to the web browser.
Yeah, you go to
I
desktop.
never got. I don't
mode.
even know how to access the web browser.
You go
Don't know
to
how to do it.
desktop mode.
Don't know how to do that.
The
Never done
power
that.
button, when you turn off your Steam Deck, there's an option that says go to desktop.
Never once done that. I forget that it's
I mean, it's
confusing.
using the Steam Deck wrong.
I use it for $2 indie games. Okay,
Hell yeah. Best 400 you ever spent?
I actually got it from a second hand from someone who was offloading it for like $200. So
Pretty good.
yep,
Pretty
brand
good.
new,
Just told him you give him an extra $10 to load some stuff on. I'm sure he would probably been able to do
probably.
it.
Tyler, how did you play Metal Gear Solid?
I played it through the PlayStation Collection, so on my PS5. So I technically could have played Liquid Snake in bed,
You could have played the Liquid Snake
On
in
my
bed, it's
Portal.
true.
but I didn't.
I have
Played
a
on the
confession. I also didn't play Metal Gear Solid.
You play Snake Eater?
I played Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes on the GameCube.
Dude,
That's-
dude,
that's-
I was gonna tell you this. I was literally going because when I was like, Craig, did you start Metal Gear yet? And then you were like, oh, I just started. I was like, fuck, because I was gonna say you should play Twin Snake so we can compare.
I wanted
you
to
did it!
I
You
wanted
did
to
it!
do that intentionally so that way we could have a perspective on the other version of the game. Which after doing extensive research, Metal Gear Solid fans fucking hate the Twin Snakes. But I had a great time. So Zach, was your long play of Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes?
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I've heard about people not liking it. Is it just like story differences? I
So
guess?
that's the thing, is the story's the exact same, the dialogue is the same. They brought back all the same voice actors to redo their lines because the PS1 version, the audio is too compressed, so they brought back all the voice actors to do all their lines again. So the only differences are the graphics. I guess the soundtrack is redone. And the cutscene direction, like the cutscenes are, I guess, a little bit over dramatized, and some people don't like that about it. But I don't know. I've always viewed from the outside that Metal Gear Solid is kind of an over the top action cheesy thing anyway. So I'm just like, that doesn't seem to be a problem for me personally. And I guess some gameplay mechanics from Metal Gear Solid 2 were also put into Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. But I wouldn't know what those are personally. But I had a great time with this game. I thought that it was actually pretty phenomenal. I wasn't feeling it at first, not because I wasn't interested in the story or the narrative, but because I felt like I played the game for 2 hours and I only played the game for 10 minutes and watched cutscenes for the other hour and 15 minutes. And I was like, this is what people mean when they say Kojima wants to make movies, is that his games are mostly cutscenes. Okay, cool. But as it went on, I enjoyed it more and more. I appreciate it for what it was. It definitely was, it felt like 50% cutscenes. Actually, it felt more like 60-70% cutscenes, 30% gameplay. But the gameplay that was there, I enjoyed, and the cutscenes were really well done, and I enjoyed it a lot. I think it took me, my in-game timer at the end told me it took me 9 hours, but there's definitely probably a good hour and a half where I just had the game paused, so it probably took me closer to 7.5 hours to beat the game. So, good, fun, short experience. Tyler, how long did it take you to beat the game? Does the PS1 version have a timer?
It does, but there were times I left it like on for a bit, so it's not totally accurate. But it was like, I think when I finished, it said like 10 hours or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Zach, how long was your long play?
It was like close to 6 hours. So,
but
that
you
sounds
said
about
3
right.
hours. So did you watch it on ×2 speed?
No, I just watched it multiple times. The most recent chunk I watched the last couple of days was like 3 hours. So
he just sat there. This is why I didn't play games.
well, I mean, I literally like. I'm just
You know what you could have been doing that whole time was playing Metal Gear Solid.
Well, I looked at how long to beat, and it said like 10 to 12 hours, and I was like, okay, so I can fuss around with this trying to get to work for 3 hours, and then I can play it, or I could just watch the long play and save myself a lot of time. And I was like, that sounds a lot more engaging.
He was like, all right.
He's like, that sounds like it takes not much effort. I'm gonna do that one.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why how long to beat is so inflated, because like I said, even if you take away my idle time, still 7.5 hours is much less than 10 to 12. So I'm kind of surprised that people took so long for this game.
And also, like, I mean, granted, John played the game before, but he also played it again recently. So I finished the game last night because, typical fashion. I was like, I only had a little bit left, so I was like, all right, I'm just do that. I was started at, I was at the Hind fight. You know what I mean? The helicopter.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at, and I was like, all right, I'll just start from there. So I started there last night. And then by the time I was at Raven, John was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start playing." He beat the game before I did.
That's
It
crazy.
took him 4 hours.
Yeah,
Like
I feel
that
like
was,
if you
I
know
was
what
like,
you're doing, you could blast through that game probably.
dude, like he was just like, "Oh, I'm here now.
If
Oh,
you
I'm here
could
now."
imagine if you could skip cutscenes in that game, you could probably beat it in fucking 20 minutes if you speed run it.
Yeah, dude.
Can
And
you
he
not
was
skip
just
the
like,
cutscenes?
You couldn't in the GameCube version. I only tried because I don't remember why. I think there's something with something before a boss or a cutscene I didn't save and restart it or whatever, and I tried to skip it and it wouldn't let me, so I had to rewatch like 20
in
minutes.
the PS1 one, since that's technically what I played, or at least it's only on the PS5 one, you could skip them if you already passed that part. So
Oh,
like
okay.
if it's like part of a boss fight, like a whole cutscene before it, and then you die, and then you have to do that again, you can skip it. But I mean, I never tried skipping it originally because I wanted to see it. So I mean,
Yeah,
maybe you
yeah. I was
can.
gonna say if you're
But
playing this game, you're playing it not for the gameplay, you're playing it for the story.
yeah.
It,
So,
the
but
the
dude, it was
glitchless world
crazy because
record
then
is an hour. So I'm guessing you can.
Okay.
when I was fighting Liquid Snake, John was like, "Oh, I got to the Metal Gear fight, and then I was still fighting Liquid Snake because he was kicking my fucking ass, diving at me and shit. And then John was like, "I'll beat Liquid Snake," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Damn."
That's funny. Yeah, so for the people that don't know, Metal Gear Solid is kind of a stealth action game, I guess is the best way to put it, right? Um, you are invading a base in Alaska, if I'm remembering right, in the location, and you're essentially trying to make sure that nuclear warfare does not break out. So this game is mostly top down, akin to the NES game Metal Gear as well, made by the world famous and probably most well known video game director Hideo Kojima. I feel like that's a name that almost everybody knows. This game, you are sneaking around, trying to solve little puzzles here and there. There's a little bit of gunplay, but not a ton. You fight bosses occasionally, but mostly it's trying to sneak around, not get caught, get through the levels, find keys to find your way through this facility. Personally, I'm not a fan of stealth games or stealth gameplay. If I play games where I have an option of like stealth or action, I always go with the action route. I pretty much like if I'm playing like a game where it's like oh, let's try to sneak through here without getting caught. I go and I'm like the fucking Danny DeVito meme, and I'm like I started blast, and I just
Blam, blam,
exactly. And you can't really play this game that way. You can, but it makes it much more difficult. So I had to kind of learn to play a game differently than I usually would for this. And I had a very good time with it. Tyler, why don't you go ahead and give us some overall thoughts on the gameplay of this game for yourself?
All right, overall, really enjoyed it. In the beginning, I was a little like, I was liking the story and stuff, but the controls were a little weird to get used to with like you had to swap the triggers, and this you had to have equipped all the time, and then this, like the key card and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I'd
was
walk
the
up to the door,
same
I'm like,
in
why
Twin
did it open? I
Snakes,
was like,
by the
oh, I
way.
got it.
Same kind of clunky,
Was
interface with the items.
Yeah. So, but once I got past all that, I mean, it was pretty good. The story, I feel like it had some good surprises. It kind of sucks, like a lot of this game. Like I kind of wish I was there and got to experience like things like the Psycho Mantis fight, like like oh, unplug your controller. Like,
Mm-hmm.
did you still have to unplug the controller in the GameCube?
Yeah, once I want to go through each of the main bosses, and I'll talk about my experience there.
Okay.
But
Alright. Yeah, so I'll save that for that then. But yeah, I mean overall, I enjoyed it. The story, it got really confusing at some points. It was like, okay, this dude's having a heart attack, and then this
I was thinking
happened.
stuff constantly.
And the people are just, oh, right before something happens, oh, they died. Oh, and also, fun fact: did you know that they had a specific name for? You remember right when um you escape the cell, or no, you go to the what's the first guy's name that you find in the cell?
hold on, I
And
have
then
it. I have it up
The DARPA
here.
guy, the DARPA president guy.
Donald
yeah,
Anderson.
the DARPA chief,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. So when you find him, and then when Meryl steals the one guy's clothes and he's like bent over, if you like walk up to him, you like crouch down, and you're just like staring at his ass. Yeah, that's actually called the sexy rear cam. If you didn't know.
Oh, perfect.
Not even joking. I was gonna put that in trivia, but I was like, no, that'd be dumb. But yeah, and then when you find out like all the so you got Liquid Snake, you got Big Boss, you got Solid Snake, and
Yeah.
everything.
All these
Like, I
weird ass
kinda-
names. You're like, who the fuck are
Yeah.
these people?
And it's like, oh, so kind of the same person. Okay.
Yeah.
But
even now, I think I don't totally understand everything that happened. But
yeah, it definitely makes me want to go like play the other ones. And
Oh,
I mean, I have the
100%.
collection. And if you don't have the remake of 3, it's on sale on GameStop right now for $25.
wow, that's super cheap.
Just started last night. They're doing like a games under $30 sale.
Wow, okay.
And that's
I was gonna say because I actually was thinking about playing 2 and 3 on Vita because there's a Vita collection for 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, I have that. I think.
Thought that might be kind of a fun way to
Is
play
that like
it.
a
Maybe
bad
I'll
way
buy
to
the
play it?
collection
Or...
and play 2 and 3. I'll buy the collection and play
Just
2 and 3.
2 and
That
3.
sounds, that's like a good idea.
I mean, you
actually.
could probably speedrun 1 now, huh?
Probably.
Yeah, you know what to do. But yeah, in terms of gameplay, you know, it's there, but the game, like we said, the game is you're really here for the story, and there's a lot of cutscenes. I like the codec feature. You know, just kind of calling people, whether it be just a save or, you know, you could call to get hints on bosses. You could call random people at random times. They almost always have something to say. Something I didn't do, but found out afterwards was that that girl Natasha. You can call her with like any weapon equipped, and she'll tell you about the weapon or the item that you have equipped, which is kind of cool. So she has like comments on all that stuff. But it's funny because it's like everything's like over explained, which is kind of funny in this game. I feel like they really go super in depth on everything in this game. Like, but like especially her character, like she'll explain the cardboard box to you if you're wearing the cardboard box, and I think that's so funny.
Did you know that if you keep calling the girl to save your game like over and over again, she'll be like, "You can't save your game," like she doesn't let you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you call too much. Like I don't know if
Snake,
it's
get back to
right.
work.
Like I don't know if it's just in that general instance or like throughout the game, but like
Mhm.
I mean that'd be kind of crazy if it's throughout the game. But like maybe if you keep doing it in like rapid succession, and she's like, "All right, you ain't doing this.
That's funny.
You're not doing it."
There, one funny dialogue thing that y'all probably didn't experience that I did, because the long play was not the long play was not saving. Every time you would get to a boss, they'd be like, "You should really consider saving, Snake. It'd be really bad if you didn't save right here." They would say that every time. It was really funny.
Wait,
Um,
for what? Like before every boss?
Every boss fight, they'd be like, "Snake, you should really consider saving right now. It'd be really bad if you died and didn't save."
That's awesome.
Like every time. It was awesome. And then the guy had never saved, obviously, but it was really funny.
He's like, "I know what I'm doing."
And in defense of the long, what was I gonna say? The long time on howlongtobeat.com. Thinking about it now, because I just pulled up a list of all the bosses just so I make sure I don't miss anything. To be fair, I think a lot of these bosses it's kind of convoluted to know how to beat them. So I could see that being a main reason why it takes a lot of people a longer time to beat this game, because you're probably bashing your head against the wall trying to figure out how to beat some of these people. Because some of them, some of the boss fights are a little obtuse, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
I definitely used a guide. I won't lie about that. I had to be like, how
Used
the
a
fuck do I
guide?
beat this person? How the fuck
Did
do I
you,
beat that person?
You said we're gonna go through them in order, right? 'Cause that's
Yeah.
what I want to talk about. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Yes, go ahead.
I was
Mr.
gonna say
Zach.
I have one correction. One correction before we get too far ahead. You
Mhm.
described this game as a stealth action game.
Yeah.
It's actually a tactical espionage action
Oh, you're
game.
correct. I apologize,
So I'd
everybody.
like to
Thank
just
you.
clear the air. Clear the air real quick. But
Made a fool of myself. I apologize. But yeah, I guess gameplay wise, there's not way too much to talk about. You know, you sneak around, you can throw grenades, you could shoot a gun, you could shoot, you know, a couple of different types of weapons. You tranquilize people, sneak around them, you can sneak up behind people, choke them out.
box dudes.
Huh?
Lots of boxing.
Yes, lots of
The long play
boxing.
guy was like punching people in the face a bunch. It was really funny.
Yes, a lot of good boxing. What else was there?
Did
could
you do the
wear
box? Did you do the trick with the cardboard box with the wolves?
No,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
no, I don't. If you want to talk about it, give
So,
some
when you
context
get-
for the listeners too.
All right. So when you do that part, with Meryl, where you're following her and you got to go through the caves,
Mhm.
right, with all the wolves.
Yes.
So once you get to the end with Meryl, if you quickly punch Meryl and then equip, because then all the dogs are going to try to attack you. If you put the box on, the wolves will come up and piss on the box. So then it's scented as them. So if you ever go through the cave again before you get the other item, you can just wear the box and they won't attack you.
Not the piss
They
box.
pissed on you. Yeah, that's literally like what you
That
can do.
man's mind is incredible.
The attention to detail is unreal.
Did the guy do that in the long play?
He used the box a bunch. I guess I didn't necessarily realize what was happening. With the
yeah,
pissing on
You
it.
didn't
like-
witness the domestic abuse.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally all the dogs would be like have a heart when you're with Meryl, and then you smack her and they're like, "Ugh," and then you just quickly quit the box, and then the one just walks up, lifts his leg up, pisses on you, and they're all good when you're in the box. They don't hurt you.
That's really funny.
Interesting.
Good times. Yeah, I had a very good time with this game. I definitely want to play the rest of the series. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through some bosses. So there's a good quirky cast of characters in this game. I wanted to do kind of a story summary, but I don't think I could give it justice. Because it's definitely a little complex and obtuse. So I think what we can do is say, maybe watch a YouTube video like MGS1 story explained. Get your fill that way. I don't think that we would do it justice. Not that we're lazy. I just really don't think that we could do a good job of explaining it super well. No offense to you guys. I know you guys are in the same camp as me probably.
Yeah.
And
In
it's
every
very-
game,
It's
it may
wonky.
look like you're playing as Snake, but some games you're playing as a different Snake.
so I guess actually before we go to the bosses, maybe let's just go through some of the main characters. So obviously Solid Snake. Tyler, what did you think of the titular Snake?
I mean, I thought he was great. I liked his character. I liked his like, kind of like not say like cockiness or whatever, but like he always had something to say about it. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't need friends."
Isn't it
I
crazy
think
that
this-
he wrote the original X-Men movie?
Really?
Yeah, David Hayter is the writer of the original X-Men movie.
I didn't know that.
I thought it was cool that Solid Snake's name ends up just being David.
Yeah, I thought that was fun too.
Yeah. and you know that actually wasn't because of David Hayter.
Oh,
I
really?
refuse to
That was
believe
just a coincidence.
No. Kojima also said that it also goes back. Some people are saying it goes back to the game, the Space Knots game or whatever it was, Police Knots.
Police Knots.
Because Meryl in that game also had like a friend, and it was kind of like the same scene at the end where she was like, "Oh wait, but what ending did y'all get? I assume y'all got the good ending. There's two endings."
I didn't know one is good or bad, but yeah, I got the ending where you save Meryl.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bad one if you know the part where you gotta rapidly tap the button and you gotta go through that whole process?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you fail that, I mean you continue the game but Meryl's dead.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was wondering how you get that
Then-
ending. Okay.
Yeah, so then you escape with Octocon. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, with the Dave thing. Then she's like, "Thank you, Dave." And that's actually like a play on to the same character that was in that game that she was like, with, and it was Dave.
Mm,
So,
the more you know.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, obviously David Hayter, iconic video game performance. Solid Snake is a great character. It's fun how they try to like humanize him as the game goes on. He's like, "Ugh, I'm a stoic soldier. I only kill. There's no winning and killing. The only people that win in war is whoever."
We do
but-
it for sport.
But very good character. I ended up thinking he was a little obnoxious to loving him by the end of it.
Did you know?
Yes.
Did you know another thing? The
Tyler's
whole like,
the fun fact
nuclear-
guy today.
Dude, I am. Did you know that the
Go for it.
so the whole like nuclear war kind of aspect that was also based on a movie, and it was Planet of the Apes.
Huh.
is
I thought you were
what
gonna say
is
it's
the
based on-
inspiration.
It's based on real life. Oh yeah.
Based on 2 weeks ago. He saw
Hey,
into
when
the
you beat the
future.
game, when you beat the game, they're like, and in 1998, now we got this many nuclear power heads and warheads, and at this, you got.
Mhm.
They're like, yeah, fuck nuclear war, but yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I actually, not to get political, I appreciate how political this, like, unabashedly political, like, this game is, and how much you could be like, oh, I know exactly how Kojima feels about a lot of things based off of this video game.
One of my favorite lines was the defense contractor executive talking about like then he's like, not even those bleeding heart liberals can stop me. It's like that was very funny. But
That was very good.
that was a great line. Yeah,
What did we think of Meryl?
she had a nice butt.
Hey, I mean, if you followed her quickly enough back to the bathroom, you got to see her in less clothes. So
Is that true? That's really
Yeah.
funny.
yeah, if she had less clothes on, the faster that you followed her to the bathroom. I mean, she obviously wasn't fucking nude or anything, but she had less clothes on.
Got
So
the
I think
Laura
when
Croft titties on the
I
PS1.
heard about that before I did it, and then you got there and it was just bra and panties, and I was just like, oh, look at that.
Tyler
Did
heard
it.
about it. He fucking booked into the bathroom.
I was like, yo, all right, let's go.
I thought that was very like of the times of it being like a late 90s, early 2000s game when she was talking to Snakes like, what do you think of me or whatever. She's like, oh, I think you've got a nice butt. It's like, oh, okay, guys.
That line
And then
was
when they-
changed in the Twin Snakes. Instead, he says, "You
Oh,
have
was
a
it?
cute butt."
Okay,
He
yeah.
goes, "Yeah, you got a cute butt."
Like Octacon, you were talking to him, and he was like, yeah, you could just see her behind. She has a good behind or something like that.
So
Like any
funny.
behind walking like that or whatever. I was just like, what?
So funny. Yeah, I think
Octacon.
that I feel like she was a little obnoxious, but not in a bad way. Just that she was really stupid. But I liked her as a character. I thought that she was a good kind of like opposite to Snake, right? Like she was much more just like less careful, more like excited. Like she was ready to go fucking hunt people down and to finish his operation and not sneak around and just run through everything. And he's just like, we need to take our time. We need to not get caught. And she's like, all right, see you.
Yep.
Roy Campbell. How do we feel about Mr. Campbell? That lying sack of shit, Roy Campbell.
You call him Colonel throughout the game, and at the end you're like, Roy.
Colonel. He's like, Colonel.
Yeah. Kept everything from you.
This bastard.
Piece of shit.
I did think that plot, like the plot of the game was funny, how like every character's just lying to you like the whole game. So like it just allows at every opportunity to be like, oh, actually this. It's like, oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
Every like 10 minutes.
You're like,
it's
all right, who
okay.
else? Who's next? Who else is betrayed?
Who's next?
How do we feel about Naomi Hunter?
Okay,
Are you guys like
was
new?
is
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one's
Naomi
that again.
the
She's
one
the,
that like
the doctor that put like the genes
Yeah.
in you and stuff.
Oh, yeah, the one that also turned on you.
Yeah.
betrayer.
That's what I thought it was, yeah.
Another betrayer.
When you find it out at the end, and then you're like, what? And then you call her, and then she's like, you're like, or what'd you say? He asked for the truth, and she just straight up says it. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't trust her from the very beginning. I don't know if this is in the PS1 version or not, but there's case files you could watch in the Twin Snakes version where it's like kind of like a prequel before Snake goes off into the facility to start infiltrating. Are those in the PS1 version as well?
They might be.
Yeah.
Like, in, like, special
Yeah, it's
thing,
like
but-
I think it's like almost like 10 like optional cutscenes that you could just like click through in the main menu of Twin Snakes. So that might be something new too.
She was fishy from the start, or what?
Yeah, I had a bad feeling right away, so I was just like, because it's like they're doing a lot of this stuff to Snake without his consent, and I'm just like, And then when people started dying, I was like, I bet that they also had things injected in them, and I was right. So, how do we feel about Mei Ling?
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
I thought it was funny in the beginning when Snake kept flirting with her, but.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then she kept giving me proverbs of ancient philosophers every time I saved, and eventually I was just like, all right, shut the fuck up.
what
Yeah.
he did say something to her that was a little uncomfortable when he was flirting with her. What did he say?
Did he?
No, he was just being like a little like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking like because he was flirting her all awkwardly. I thought that was funny. I can't remember what he said.
All right. How do we feel about Cyber Ninja?
Hell yeah.
Cyber Ninja's sick as hell.
Especially as, like, a little redemption arc at the end.
Yeah,
It's like-
my assumption as somebody who has played some other, like, just known about other Metal Gear stuff, I assumed that was Raiden. Or Raiden.
That's what I thought at
I
first.
thought that it was him, and then when I found out it wasn't, I was confused. So I'm assuming that
I
the
Googled that
Cyber
as
Ninja
well.
thing is just a thing throughout the Metal Gear series, but...
So I googled that very question, and not to spoil the series, it basically says like Raiden is like the improved like they're doing him again. They're doing another Cyber Ninja. My favorite thing about Cyber Ninja though was the fact that he went by Deep Throat every time. He's like, "It's me, Deep Throat." I would laugh every time.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunate code name.
Yeah, unfortunate code name for sure. Your pal from the war days is codenamed Deep Throat.
Deep Throat was definitely playing Peggle.
He was
Yeah,
playing
for
Peggle
sure.
in bed. Obviously, Hal Emmerich, Otacon himself. How do we feel about Otacon? Otacon, my goat. Thank you very much.
My fellow otaku convention, my fellow weeaboo. Gotta love him.
I love that your first impression of him is him pissing himself in fear. That was funny.
Yeah, he's like, ah.
I love that he falls in love with the enemy, then you kill them, and you're like, it's okay.
Yeah, that also happens.
Yeah, like at first when he was walking, like when you kill her, and then he was like, no, like don't do that. And then when you just seen him like walking towards Sniper Wolf's gun, I was like, yo, is he about to like turn on me, bro? But then he just gave her the gun. I was like, oh, okay, all right. I thought everybody turns on you, so I thought maybe it was gonna happen.
All right. Speaking of people that turn on you, the last character I guess I can mention, before we get into bosses and the such, Master Miller.
Master Miller, which one was that?
The one that ended up being Liquid Snake, who is pretending to
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Did you guys guess? Did you guys figure out that he was Liquid Snake before he revealed himself, or no?
No. I because he was like, because Master Miller is a real person. It was just Liquid Snake impersonating him,
man,
right?
Man, that looks like Travis Touchdown.
Yeah, you're right.
Every time I see him, and then John told me I think it's like the same voice actor as Travis Touchdown.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
That's a coincidence. That gotta be.
All right, time to talk about some enemies. So, first up, technically, even though you don't really fight him, is Decoy Octopus, because he's technically the DARPA chief that you see, right?
Yeah, I thought that was like an interesting twist, but I was a little upset. That's like, oh yeah, that one guy, he's already dead. You're like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
I was kind of disappointed. Like I was excited. I was like, ooh, because I was like, I fought all these other people, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not fighting Decoy Octopus.
Yeah, that guy died before you even played the game.
I'd rather eat an octopus turkey or whatever the fuck it is.
Turkopus?
Right.
Now I went ahead and I pulled up a long play so that way I can make sure I don't miss any bosses because there's timestamps. I'm pulling a Zach. So first boss, Revolver Ocelot. First of all, coolest fucking name for an enemy in a video game ever. Yeah. I think a Revolver Ocelot goes incredibly hard.
I mean, it goes hard with his like gun flips and like.
I actually think he might have been him. Besides Liquid Snake, I think he was actually my favorite voice performance in the entire game. I thought that his voice was awesome. Very good character.
When I was fighting him first, and then I was like, this motherfucker just keeps turning his ways. And I was like, I'll just drop C4. I wasn't thinking. And then the whole place just blows the fuck up. And I was like,
I know that.
Oh, can't do that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. There's a lot of, contextual level design in these games. Like, if you accidentally walk too close. So that boss fight set up to where, think it's like a square. And Revolver Ocelot runs around the square and you can follow him. And then in the middle, there's a bunch of things tied up to a dude with a bunch of bombs. So it's like if you shoot, towards that, you could blow it up. If you shoot the guy in accident, you could get a game over. If you blow up something else, it'll blow up the other explosive, you get a game over. So you really gotta be careful. You can't, just be firing and throwing things willy-nilly. I also died by blowing up everybody. So you're not alone there.
I was like a walk over C4, and then it was like, I was like, oh, fuck.
But yeah, pretty tough first boss fight. Because it's you got to move quickly. It's really just kind of a matter of following him around. But what makes it difficult is, at least in Twin Snakes, you can't really see him. You just kind of know where he's coming by seeing his bullets, like the kind of like light traveling behind them. So you're kind of just trying to run back and forth and shoot him as he reloads. So kind of a tedious boss fight, but the setup was cool, and I think as an enemy, he's just really cool. Like I said, hardest video game villain name of all time, Revolver Ocelot. It's just so fucking cool.
And he gets like his hand cut off. He's like, my hand, and like
runs away.
Like not a big deal. The fact he got his hand cut off later in the game.
He's like, I've had worse.
Yeah.
You enjoyed that boss fight, Tyler?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Besides blowing everything up, I'll just keep running back and forth, chasing him, and then eventually catch up to him. Even though I'm like, blah blah blah. and then same thing.
Yeah, admittedly, I got a lot of game overs. I was not very good at this game.
How many did you have at the end? Do you remember your number?
I think it was like almost 40.
Oh,
It was pretty bad. Why, what was yours? Way higher?
yeah.
How
But
many?
it was also me. It was also me being like, I think it was like 80. It was also me being like fucking careless at some point. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna rush in here. And I was like,
Oh yeah, I
shit.
definitely got impatient, and then I just got fucking gunned down like crazy, or poison gassed, or whatever else. So,
I didn't die a single time.
wow, impressive.
Yep.
Next boss was the M1 tank. I can't lie, I really didn't like this boss. I thought it was super annoying. It's not fun.
Once you found out what to do, though, you blow them up with like 2 grenades.
It took me way more than 2 grenades. It took me like 10.
You threw him right in the hole.
Yeah.
Every time you open. Dude, I threw one. His health bar was like, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was tough to figure out what to do. There's like some sort of device you could use that blocks the radar, and that's how you sneak around. Then you gotta throw things
chaff
in.
grenades.
Huh?
Chaff grenades.
Yeah, and then you could throw regular grenades into the tank, but they can still gun you down while you're trying to throw in the grenades. So it could be a little obnoxious. Probably my least favorite boss fight in the game, but still not terrible.
2 things.
Yes.
One, where most of my fucking desk came from was climbing that stairwell with all the fucking dudes following you and then popping up in front of you. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
I died so much there, wasn't even funny. But also for the tank guy, he has a different animation. If you like when you get hit by him, then he pops out of the tank. He's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So if he misses you 6 times and then hits you the 7th time, he'll come out and he'll just start flexing. He'll be like, yeah, and then he'll go back in.
Why?
I don't know, because you think
Beautiful
you'd do
thing.
that if you hit him the first time, not just come on.
It's so funny. It's a beautiful game.
So,
Absolutely
always see.
beautiful game. All right, so after the M1 tank is
for
what?
those that come after.
Is
Psycho Mantis? No?
yes, no, it's not Psycho Mantis. It's you fight the cyborg ninja. You fight Deep
Oh,
Throat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I thought was a pretty fun boss fight. Kind of just chasing him around and beating him up. But I like the phases it goes through. It's funny because if you're playing the Twin Snakes version of this game, there's a GameCube on a desk, and then there's also a statue of Mario and Yoshi on somebody's desk, which is kind of fun and funny. So
Jason told me that.
mhm.
Yeah.
But nothing super spectacular. But you know the lead up to it and the scene itself was fun because that's when you meet Otacon and everything else. So
Hearing all the Japanese railway expressways and shit.
yes.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. And then you got to play hide and seek with them a little bit, you know.
Yes, you do.
Where am I?
The boss after that, though, is Psycho Mantis. Probably one of the most famous boss fights in all of video games. I feel like it's one of those things that everyone just knows about if you're like very much into the hobby of playing video games. Psycho Mantis, when the boss fight starts, he likes to read off your memory card, which is fun. In the PS1 version, GameCube version, he has different games that he'll read about. Tyler, how did that work on PlayStation? Did it do anything or no?
It didn't do anything for memory wise. You still had to change the controller port, but it was like a process.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll have to talk
Oh,
about
how does
that.
that even work on a DualSense?
Yeah, why don't you go? So I guess here's some. We'll get into it. So the gimmick of this fight is Psycho Mantis could read your mind. So the gimmick of the fight is that you have to move your controller port, like from whatever slot you're in to move into another one. That way he can't see what you're going to do, and that's how you're able to successfully fight them. Often considered like one of the coolest, most interesting, and unique mechanics for a boss fight ever. People love it. I think that it's cool, but I also think it's obnoxious because I feel like, how the fuck would you know this? I guess
apparently
you can. I know you can call the codec and get hints and stuff, so it probably tells you that way. But I feel like this is one of those things where it's almost like a Luke, I'm your father situation, where it's like, I feel like if you play this game, you know about that, so you don't even have you don't figure it out, you just know to switch your controller port.
Yeah.
But so Tyler, how do you switch the controller port on PlayStation 5?
So you press L1 and R1 to open the pause menu. You go to settings. You go to controller settings. You change your controller input to P2, and then you got to exit out, and then you can fight them.
That's crazy.
That's also the same with like look at the back of the game case.
Mhm.
You got to go to the settings, then you go to the like extras, and then you got to go to the like visual book or whatever. And then you can look at the game case, then you got to flip the game case, then you can look at it. So they still have all that in the game.
Wait, what about checking the back of the game case though? What was that for?
To call the one number.
Oh, okay.
To call the one person.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
The number. Yeah. You go, I wonder if it's on. Well, it's probably on the back of the Twin Stakes.
Probably,
case,
yeah. But I definitely was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do here, and I looked up what. So I definitely just cheated, but that's fine.
It literally said, "Look at the back of the game case."
I don't know.
They're like, "Oh, maybe it's on the back of the case," and then it's like,
"Oh,
yep, 141.2 or whatever the fuck it was," you know.
The part of the game or the part of the fight where he says like, "Put the controller down and I'll make it move with my mind." Is he just making the controller vibrate? Is that all that's happening? Okay.
Which is funny.
And then there's also the part. There's also the part where it's like, "Put it on your shoulder," and like you'll feel yourself
good.
like heal or whatever. And it's just like,
It's really funny. But you know, it's like, I don't know. It's cute and it's definitely different for the time to do that kind of stuff. So I appreciate it.
And in the long play, real quick, he also went like, "You don't like to save often. It says you're a reckless guy."
Oh yeah, because there probably wasn't enough on there. But yeah, so when you fight Psycho Mantis, he tries to prove, you know, his psychic ability. So like you said, he does the vibrating thing, and then he likes to read your memory card, which is cool. So I have a list here of all the games that he will read if you play this on PS1 and have save files for them. So he will comment on Broken Helix, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Contra Legacy of War, Diver's Dreams, Azure Dreams, Poi Poi, Project Overkill, Police Knots, Suikoden, and Vandal Hearts. So if you have those games on your PS1 memory card and you play this game, he will read them out loud, which is pretty cool. If you play it on the GameCube, he will comment on Nintendo GameCube games, which is fun. So on mine, he commented on Smash Bros. Melee, he commented on Eternal Darkness, and he commented on Mario Sunshine, which I thought was pretty fun. So they kept that in and changed it to reading out Nintendo games, which was pretty neat. I thought that was cool that they still did that and changed kind of like the stuff that he will read off. And then the fight itself, like we said, you know, he's throwing things at you, floating around, shooting energy beams or whatever. And the way that you can, he'll dodge all your attacks essentially until you do the controller thing. And at first I was confused because I put my controller into controller port 2 and he still was able to see everything I was doing, and I was pissed off and I couldn't figure it out. And then eventually I realized the GameCube has more than 2 controller ports like the PS1. So I put it into the 4th controller port and then I was able to beat him. So
imagine you just keep swapping it. Like you would start reading it like, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, why is it working? I put it in the 4th controller slot and then it worked. So
what's the logic behind that? It's like it has to be the
I don't know, because it's the opposite side maybe, but still the same kind of mechanic. Still pretty cool.
What did he say specifically for Melee? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I think he just was like, you like to play Super Smash Brothers Melee or whatever.
Oh, that would have been cool if he like hinted to Snake.
He's like, I'm a fox main. He said, Hungrybox is my goat.
That's funny.
But no, I don't think. Actually, I'm trying to think. I'm sure Brawl was in some sort of early development by then. But I think that Twin Snakes was 2004, so it would have been way too early for anything Brawl related.
Yeah. But that would have been like a cool little thing, you know?
Yeah, and I think part of why they mentioned Eternal Darkness is because the same developers that made Eternal Darkness made Twin Snakes: Silicon Knights, so kind of neat. Mm-hmm. After Psycho Mantis, you have your first encounter with Sniper Wolf, which, I will admit, was when I almost thought about quitting the game because I was so frustrated. So Sniper Wolf is, you know, this kind of just like cool sniper character. I don't really know how else to describe them, but like, you know, they talk about her on the speaker. They're like, she'll wait out for weeks or months just to make sure she gets the perfect shot, yada yada yada. And definitely one of the trickier boss fights, especially if you don't know what to do right away. So when this boss fight starts, Meryl gets gunned down, and you basically just have to leave her behind to go find a sniper. And you come back and
shooting at all the limbs.
and then you come back, and when you go to use your sniper rifle, you'll notice that nothing. You know, you keep shaking around. You cannot like get a still shot. And I thought that was just how the game worked, and I was very angry and very annoyed, and I was like, I hate this.
You're trying to shoot like that?
Yeah, I was so pissed. And eventually I Googled around and found out about the fucking anxiety medication Solid Snake takes, gave him some fucking Zoloft, and all of a sudden he was fine and able to make a shot. And it was easy peasy from there, but figuring that out was very frustrating. I really was just like, I can't fucking beat this game. I was like, I guess this is where I stop playing and I pull a Zach and watch a long play. That was my thought process.
I pulled through. I eventually did it. I died definitely a couple times on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's hard to find a good angle where it's not easy for her to shoot you before you can shoot her.
Yeah, by the time you pull out the fucking sniper, and then you're just like, all right.
And then you get the aim, and then sometimes it's like right when she gets in your line of fire, then you start shaking again, and you're like, motherfucker.
Can you hit her without the medication?
Nope. Well, I'm sure you can, but it's incredibly difficult. Oh, I forgot to mention, too, during the Psycho Mantis fight, I'm not sure how this is on the PS1 version, but the photos on the wall in the GameCube version that he throws at you all have photos of the developers, including Kojima, which is funny, so...
That is funny.
Tyler, any thoughts on the first encounter with Sniper Wolf you would like to share?
I mean, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But, so I would like pop a pill, go down, shoot, pop a pill,
Pop
go
a pill.
down, shoot, pop a pill.
Alright, looking real quick at this boss fight for Hind D, because I don't even remember who Hind D is. Oh, that's when you fight the helicopter.
Fuck that thing, dude. But I'll say I was probably really tired that night playing it, and then that's why I was dying a lot, because I died a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back last night and I just like beat it my first try. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was just kind of tedious because by the time your rocket launcher would lock onto him, he would start to move again. So it was a bit obnoxious, but this boss fight was essentially on a rooftop, and you have a heat-seeking rocket launcher that follows Liquid Snake inside of his helicopter, and you just are shooting him down. Kind of as simple as that.
Like under the building, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. So
I thought it was funny that they make a deal that Liquid Snake like took down 2 fighter jets with his helicopter. I'm like, how exactly did he do that? How exactly did he take down 2 fighter jets in his helicopter? Like,
you have to play Metal Gear Solid 3 to find out, see him do.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that's interesting, because they talk a lot about, like being in the jungle or whatever and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure that's all Metal Gear Solid 3 that they're talking about. So it's kind of cool that they went back and basically made a game to explain those stories that were told in this game.
Yeah.
Next boss after this was part 2 of Sniper Wolf.
Yo.
Yes?
How'd you do it?
Is there more than one way to do it?
You sniped her?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh.
You go to the corner,
Uh-huh.
climb up the little cliff, she can't hit you, you pull out the Nikita rocket launcher, you just shoot a missile and it goes... She sees it coming, she don't shoot it, then you just hit her leg, and then you do the same thing.
How funny.
You shoot her with like 8 rockets, she dead.
How funny, I didn't know that. Yeah, because I did it the same way the first part of the fight is I just literally found a good spot, followed her around, and shot her with the sniper. So I had a good old-fashioned sniper rifle fight with her.
Nope. I was just, alright, right on.
That's funny. Yeah, she was the character that had the tragic death. The dogs that peed on you earlier, those were her dogs. They come stand by her as she's dying. Otacon cries because he was in love with her for some reason. She was kind of a fucking monster, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But she was super hot and he loved her.
And that's what matters most.
Yeah.
His appearance. Doesn't
She's
matter
like
if she was a terrible war criminal. She had her
It's like
boobies out.
It's a Krillin Android 18 love story, just without the good ending.
Without the good ending. And with a lot more hair, because Otacon has a nice head of hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Boy Krillin is a bald king.
Well, can't Krillin grow hair, but he just shaves it?
I think so,
Doesn't
yeah.
he have hair?
Yeah, because he eventually had that like little head of hair.
Yeah, and he looked awful, so I'm glad that he shaved. That was not a look. Alright, after that is the fight with Vulcan Raven. Now, this is the fight I'm sure I played wrong, because all I did was fucking blast with all of my rockets. I stood in place and blasted with rockets for
That's what
about
I did.
a minute and won. I was like, I feel like this isn't how you're supposed to do this fight, but I just had my rations, out, so I was auto-healing, and I just fucking blasted.
Oh, so while you were in front of him?
Yeah.
Oh, I just used the Nikita and I was like,
Oh no, I found him, I ran in front of him, went and then every time I'll get knocked over, I would just reposition myself and do it again. And I ran out of rations by the end of the fight. But I was like, fuck this guy, I'm not doing this. It was a great time. He was a interesting character as well. I didn't like him very much. I was very happy to kill him. I found him obnoxious.
Yeah.
He's also, I don't know if we even mentioned it, but he was in the tank earlier as well, which was Miley's favorite boss fight.
Okay,
So
comes out.
He gave some good lore dumps, though.
That's true. Some good lore dumps.
And then he's like, but I can't tell you everything.
Next boss fight, Metal Gear Rex, the titular Metal Gear in Metal Gear Solid. Tyler, how did you feel about the fight with Metal Gear Rex?
It was really fucking annoying until I learned the rockets won't hit you if you use the chaff grenade, however you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I finally figured that out, that part was pretty simple. And then, the whole thing would happen with the ninja, cyborg ninja, deep throat. And then it was funny in that little like part where you're like aiming, he was like, do it. And you're like, no, I can't do it. I won't. I can't. And then, like every time you try to shoot, it's like, no, I can't.
I kept doing it too. I was just like, let him die, Snake. It's fine.
He was like, no, I can't do it.
I
No, that's
won't.
all he was doing. I won't. I won't. And then he dies anyway. And then you gotta do the whole second phase of the fight, which, the chaff grenades don't work on the rockets, so it fucking died a couple times on that part. And I was like, oh, I gotta do the whole first phase again. So then I had to do the whole first phase, and then eventually got good at that one where I wouldn't lose rations. The second one, I eventually got to a part to where I was like, all right, so it all depends on the distance you are with him. If you're like somewhat close to do the laser, for a little farther back, he'll do either the rockets or the bullets. So if you stand a little far back, shoot to where he's doing rocket distance, shoot a rocket at him, and then you go forward, the rockets won't hit you because they can't go straight down. And then you got to back up before he uses the laser on you. Then just keep doing that, and then that's how I did that.
Yeah, it's kind of a nothing burger of a boss. Kind of disappointing for being the fight with the Metal Gear, because it really is kind of just as simple as avoid, shoot, shield, and then avoid and shoot person. There's not a lot of depth to it, but it wasn't terrible. Just kind of underwhelming for kind of being like the big boss fight, right, of the game.
Yep.
But I enjoyed the cutscene surrounding it, and just anytime Liquid Snake is on screen, I'm having a good time because he's so, flamboyant and over the top, and I really enjoyed his performance. And then
Liquid Snake.
now it's time for the boss fight with Liquid Snake on top of the Metal Gear, where you have your fist fight. So from what I've heard online is that the hitboxes are really bad in the PS1 version. So the punching just doesn't connect. Didn't have that problem in Twin Snakes. I beat him absolutely no problem.
Dude, you'd walk up to him, you'd punch. Somehow you're not close enough so it wouldn't register. Then he'll just go boom, boom, and then kick the shit out of you. And then it's also unfair when he knocks you off. He could stomp on you. You can't stomp on him. So when you knock him off, you can't hurt him that way. He can hurt
Mhm.
you that way. He fucking spears you across the damn thing. Like, and then there's also sometimes where like I would run up to him and I'd start doing a combo. No, he just instantly break the combo and just whoop the shit out of me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
The
I'd run up to him, boom, boom, kick. Then I'd run to him again, boom, boom, kick. I found the best part to do was like if you threw him and then ran to him right when he got up and then punched him. That kind of like worked out the best, but got real annoying.
the long play got him on like an invisible wall. It was just like jab, jab, jab,
Kept him
jab,
there.
jab, jab. It just chained that the entire time and it won.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Wish I knew that method. Because fuck, man.
Yeah, and then yeah, just a no weapons fist fight, and then the final boss at the end of the game when you're escaping the exploding facility, because what action movie doesn't have an exploding facility at the end? You're running away on like kind of like a jeep with a machine gun attached to it at the end of it, and you're just mowing down Liquid Snake. It calls,
It's just like,
you know, it's considered a boss fight, but it's not really much of a boss fight. You're kind of it's just kind of a set piece where you're shooting him until you shoot him enough.
no.
Did they ever explain how Liquid Snake just survived every possible explosion and falling off of things and everything else that kept happening?
There is a part where after you beat the hind, and you're down in the like snowy area, if you look like right before the sniper will fight, and if you go into first person and you look to the right and you look up above the barbed wire fence, you see a parachute. And then there's like a little hidden cutscene where he's like Snake's like, huh? And then the colonel calls you and he's like, do you think he lived? And then they talk about it a little bit. But
Gotcha.
that's the only way you'll get that if you literally go into first person. Like,
Yeah, and I think part of it too is also I think he's just I think that he's made to be indestructible, and I could be wrong, you know, because I'm sure he has relevance in other games. But you know, there's that scene after the credits where you hear Revolver Ocelot talking to somebody, and he's just like, yes, Snake thought that he was the superior one, but all this time Liquid Snake was superior, ha 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 ha, and whatever. So I don't know. So maybe he's like invincible or has like super duper genes injected inside of his body instead.
Well, it's funny because his whole thing was like, I hate you because I'm the recessive gene version of you and you're better than me.
Yeah.
And
But Ocelot also mentions that Liquid Snake also didn't know that, so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I also think it's cool, attention to detail, that he was the recessive gene one and he had like a long blonde hair and Snake had like dark brown hair.
Oh, that was cool.
It's like-
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's smart. Look at you being all scientifical.
Yep.
Knowing your Punnett
was him.
squares.
when you're not worrying
Punnett
about
squares.
dying, you could really focus on the story.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. You had no stakes.
I'm sitting here just like going with my chin, like, oh yes, I get you, Kojima. And
Were you like
you're like, "Damn it, how does
the
this work?"
meme of John Hamm and Mad Men in the movie theater with the cigarette, just
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
just intently watching.
Oh no, they double crossed him again.
Oh, speaking of Mad Men, now on HBO Max, very exciting, greatest TV show, possibly
I
of
should
all
watch that.
time. You know, I say that and I've never actually finished it. I've only seen the first 6 seasons. I never watched the last season because back in the day, me and my wife watched it on Netflix and they took it off of Netflix and then we just never finished it. So now we're like, it's been 5 years. We might as well just start it over and now we're gonna watch it all again. So, shout out to Mad Men. But really, shout out to Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Very glad to have finally played it. Trying to think if I have anything else to say. I know the soundtracks are different on both games. I don't know how you felt about the soundtrack on the PS1 version, Tyler. On the GameCube version, it wasn't bad, but nothing really stuck out. Kind of like generic, kind of like spy techno-y, if that makes sense. Like, think about if you're watching like a Mission Impossible or something like that, maybe. But
I mean, like kind of like you said, nothing like sticks out besides the like, you know, just an iconic Metal Gear.
I know
theme, but-
the iconic alert sign that's been in every video on the internet ever. That was something that was funny, you know, when I got caught and you hear the bwah, you know, and the exclamation point pops up above your head. My wife was in the other room and she just yelled. She's like, "That's what that noise is from?" And I was like,
I love
"Yep."
that sometimes when you put the box on and they'll walk up to them, they're just like, Oh, it's just a box. Walk
So
away.
stupid.
Or they'll like kick it over and be like, oh.
Yeah, it's
Ah,
it's fun because a lot of this game, like I don't know if it's really a complaint for you, Tyler, but me and Zach were both saying, it really is, more cutscene than game, or at least it felt like more cutscene than game. But the gameplay that is there is unique and interesting and innovative. So it's like it's cool and it's fun to watch, but it's definitely one of the more unique actual gaming experiences that I think you can have. And I would recommend this game to probably almost anybody. Like if you enjoy video games, I'd be like, try Metal Gear Solid, just because it's unique enough. The vibe, the tone, very unique and interesting. The characters are great. The story is absolutely bonkers. So if you're into that kind of thing, I don't know. As someone who likes like campy, cheesy movies, it's like this is definitely the kind of story that I'm into. So deeply political, deeply like ridiculous. All the characters are kind of overacting the entire time. Had a great time with it.
I mean, I agree. Like, even though it's like kind of like you said, the most cutscene. I mean, that doesn't really bother me.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a good story and I still have like gameplay elements, I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely drew me in, like with all the different twists and shit, and it makes me want to play the other games.
No, exactly. I'm like, I already downloaded the HD collection onto my PS Vita because I want to try to get to those soon once I finish up the other stuff I have unfinished on my plate right now. So
yeah.
Yeah, I've been spoiled on some of the story stuff from the other games, and watching this one and like getting all the details makes me more interested to get all the like flesh out the things that I know from the other games and like how they're woven. It feels like a lot of like I wonder if Kojima had these plans from the start, or if he made this game and then was just like retroactively making shit up to make it work in all the other games.
I'm pretty sure like every game after 2 or 3 was supposed to be the last Metal Gear. So
yep.
Then he just kept going. And then there's Peace Walker and Portable Ops and all this random shit. So there's a lot of Metal Gear out there. I'm pretty sure the NES games are also canon. So there's a lot out there.
Isn't like, I think it's like Acid on the PSP. Aren't those like fucking card games or some shit?
I think those are tactical role playing games. Like
right. There's one that's a card game or something like that. Like you use cards and shit. But
how funny.
I don't remember.
But yeah, I definitely loved it. I definitely want to check out the rest of the series now. Maybe not everything, but at least like 2, 3, 4, 5, and
like
and
core
Peace
game
Walker and stuff like that. Yeah, I do have a collection of all the games on PS3. I believe actually they released a collection a long time ago.
Yeah,
and that has everything like pre-5. So might whip that bad boy out. And I actually don't know if I own 5, so maybe I should buy that.
I have 5 right on my shelf right there. It's one of the random games I picked up a few years back.
Mm-hmm. That should be your first Metal Gear. Pick it up.
Yep, 5. Yeah.
No, your first Metal Gear could be Metal Gear Rising, PS3.
Well, I guess really, honestly, Metal Gear Solid Delta is not a bad place to start because that's the first game in the timeline. So it's like if you wanted to pick up the newest release.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those.
GameStop.
I think it's one of those games where, like, because it's a prequel, it like enhances what you know from the other games, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like playing them in the order of release is probably the best way to go.
Where does 2 take place? Do you know?
I have no idea. I'm not a Metal Gear expert, to be honest. Obviously, I've only played the first one, but but I do have friend of the show, Taylor from the Solar Gamer podcast. He has played like every Metal Gear game under the sun. He is an expert, so I was talking to him about it. He was excited for me to be starting the series. But yeah, any final thoughts, Zach, on Metal Gear Solid?
So real quick.
Sure.
Let's talk about timeline. So first is Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay.
And then it's Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Okay.
And then it's Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. And it's Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Then it's Metal Gear on the NES. Then it's Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Then it's Metal Gear Solid. Then it's Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. And then Metal Gear Solid 4.
Okay. Metal Gear Solid 4 is the least accessible because that's still locked on PS3. So
PS3, yeah.
Crazy that hasn't been ported to anything.
I don't understand because I haven't played all the games, but I think it's interesting that Metal Gear Solid 4, like, I think that is like the canon like ending of the story, but then they like went back and made 5 to like color in more details for something else. Like I think it's just interesting that like they made an ending and they're like, let's go make another one.
But I also feel like it kind of works because at least the way that they did it, because the main criticism people have about 5 is that it's the least story focused. It's more about the gameplay. So it's like, I guess it kind of works in the way that they made the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it, that's well that drama happened with Kojima and Konami, right?
Yep, when they
Where
had
they
their
like didn't
falling
finish
out.
the game and they fell out. Yeah.
I'll always wonder what
Interesting.
happened. I don't think we'll ever know, but I'll always wonder.
One day it'll get leaked. Everything gets leaked nowadays.
That's true.
All these files just coming out. Oh.
Yeah, one day a Jason Schreier or somebody's just gonna have the breaking story on that. So
One day, like, Konami will just get hacked, like, what did Insomniac with the breach and everything's just gonna come out, all these files.
you never know. Anything can happen. All right, Zach, do you have any final thoughts on Metal Gear Solid before we get into listener inquiries?
No, it's a cool game. I'd like to play it one day.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to play the PS1 version as well at some point. Not in a rush for it, but I would like to play and be able to compare them side by side.
I
Yeah.
assume Twin Snakes is not on the Legacy Collection.
No,
Okay.
that's locked to the GameCube forever, I think. So
Okay.
unless they put it on like GameCube Online or something eventually weird, you never know.
That'd be cool.
Tyler, any final thoughts on Metal Gear Solid you would like to share?
I mean, great game. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it more than I thought it was. I knew I was probably gonna like it, but I really enjoyed it. Want to check out the rest of the story, and yeah.
Same here. Very good game. I understand why people are drinking that Kojima Kool-Aid. And
Don't say that.
and definitely am planning on playing more of the series. So we have a few audience write-ins. Thank you for all of you that wrote in with your thoughts on Metal Gear Solid. I will read the first one. Tyler, you could read the second one. Zach, you could read the third one. And the last one I put in there just because I thought it was funny. I'll explain when we get there. So first up, Patrick wrote in. Patrick said, Metal Gear Solid was such a revolutionary experience, and the story and style still hold up to this day. I still remember being blown away by the Psycho Mantis controller switch and how different and powerful of a gimmick it was back then. Here's hoping this one is next on the Konami renaissance of remakes. Yeah, I think
It
that
makes
they'll
sense to
probably
remake it.
keep remaking them, especially if Delta did well. So
Yeah.
I remember everyone was poo-pooing on Delta when it got announced because they knew Kojima wasn't involved, and then it seemed like it came out and nobody cared anymore. A lot of people were a lot of talk on that stance and then stopped caring as soon as the game was out.
You're like, well, it's Metal Gear. We're buying it.
Tyler, go ahead and read the next
All
one.
right. We got John. He says that this is John here, and I'm ready to share my thoughts on Metal Gear Solid. It's my second favorite entry in the franchise. I believe his favorite is 3. The game was advanced for its time, with unique boss fights, like having to switch your controller to port 2 during the Psycho Mantis battle. Yes, the controls take some time to get used to, but aside from that, the game is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, even by the end, I still thought the switching of items with the triggers was a little clunky, but
A little bit. But, like, all right, let me pull out a ration, let me use that, or let me go back to my body armor, and I gotta do this, and then you gotta pull out the key card in the different areas and let it check it until it gets the right temperature or whatever. You gotta go cold and then hot.
good
Just
times.
stand there for a while.
Yeah, just check it. Nope, still yellow. Nope.
Also, 2 people in a row writing about the Psycho Mantis fight. That really is this game's legacy.
Really is.
All right, Zach, want to go ahead and read the next write-in?
Yep, we have Jason. Hello there, members of Foxhound, Liquid, Craig, Vulcan Tyler, and Psycho Zach. Thank you very much. Jason here to give my thoughts on Metal Gear Solid. I like a lot of other people got our first taste of Solid Snake with Metal Gear on the NES. It wasn't until Metal Gear Solid that the game reached mainstream status. When the game came out, it was really unique for its time, even though there was storytelling in video games at the time. Metal Gear Solid cinematic cutscenes were pretty revolutionary. Now I know the style of gameplay and controls is not for everyone. It does take some time to get used to. This game also helped put Hideo Kojima's name out there in the gaming community. Now I'm not going to get into get too into story and gameplay, as I'm sure you've already talked about it enough on this episode. Of course, we all know that the remake of Metal Gear Solid for the GameCube was far better than the other remake that would even have the Colonel screaming, "Cloud! Cloud!"
Cloud.
It's pretty funny.
I like that.
The last write-in is from an unknown user. They said, "Sorry, I don't know what that is. Please don't email me again." I have no idea why somebody wrote that into the Google Forms, and it made me laugh, so I just wanted to share it at the end of the show, because I'm just like, did some grandma accidentally come across our link?
When I scrolled down to see who like all wrote write-ins, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like,
Google
very
that, see
strange.
what comes up.
Because I tried to look, I was like, is this some niche Metal Gear reference that I don't get? I tried looking it up and I didn't see anything, so I think somebody was just truly confused on where they ended up on the internet.
"Don't email me again."
I'm like, who's emailing you? Anyway, I think that's the episode, boys. Zach, you are not going to blow up. You were able to take off the bomb before it was too late.
They would discard it.
We did not hit the time limit. Did it happen to you at all, by the way, Tyler? I definitely just like walked through like water at some point and got a bomb on me and didn't know,
Yep.
and then I blew up and died randomly, and I was so annoyed.
So I got the bomb in like the armory area. You know, the one where he calls you and says to throw it. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I threw it. But then when I was walking through the water by the Metal Gear, and it said bomb, I didn't think nothing of it again. I was just like, okay. And then I just went, picked up a ration, went back around, seeing what else I could pick up. And it was like, poof, game over. And I was like,
What?
what the fuck? And I was like, oh, the bomb.
Bomb.
Like, damn it.
All right. Well, it is Saturday morning, so we have the whole weekend ahead of us, boys. Zach, what do you have planned
Saturday
for the weekend?
afternoon.
I don't know. I'm going to a little housewarming party for a friend, and friend of the show, Bird Dog Gaming, will be there.
Woo.
I don't know if we're gonna what the plans are for after the party. If we're gonna hang out, if we're gonna go game shopping, I have no idea. But I'm sure something of that ilk will be involved.
Very exciting. Tyler, any plans for the weekend?
Going to a little video game con show thing tomorrow. It's like a really small thing. It's just like $5 to get it in New Jersey. Then check that out.
Nice.
That's pretty much it. So
Yeah, I might go to a game store later today. Just having the itch to buy another video game. And I might go to see some Christmas lights tonight. Might be a little festive, a little jolly, some might say. Might
Excellent.
give in and have a bit of holiday cheer. Who knows?
get that stop at Starbucks, get that peppermint mocha.
All about that peppermint mocha, baby. So good. But thank you all for listening to this episode on Metal Gear Solid. If you enjoyed, make sure to share it with your friend, your coworker, your grandma. I'm sure they would all enjoy it.
Don't forget.
Yes.
Don't forget to make the image for this episode red so we get tons of views.
That's true. That works. For some reason, our
Yeah.
Doom episode. Thank you to everyone. For some reason, our Doom episode did much better than most of our episodes usually do, and we're convinced it's a red thumbnail.
Just blew up, dude. Thumbnail. That's the word.
But yes, thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to these boys. We all have content coming soon. I'm putting that into the universe. We all need to start making some beautiful videos for you to watch. Zach is the only one of us that makes videos regularly, so
Yeah.
shout out to Zachary.
Oh, Craig put out a short last night. So
I did
go
put
look
out
at
a
it.
short last night. I just felt like getting a little something off my chest.
I was surprised. I was like scrolling and like,
You're like,
trying to go to the sleep. I was like, oh, Craig's here.
Jump scare.
It literally was like a Craig jump scare. I was like, what's going on? But-
He's like, hey guys, Clark's here.
Where's Craig? Is he all right? Held captive.
He made a video. Did they get him?
I'm at gunpoint. I'm like, Expedition 33 is a really good game. The friendship kidnapped me.
It's funny.
Craig.
All right. Enough of this hoopla. Everybody, have a good weekend. Have a good week whenever you're listening. And we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Have a great Christmas.
Adios.
Merry Happy Kwanzaa.
Take care.
Very happy Kwanzaa.